Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ben Henschel. Thank you for joining us at the Shawnee Mission East Harbinger live broadcast tonight. We've got the Lancers taking on Olathe North after coming off of a 14-6 win against Shawnee Mission South. Well, Olathe North is certainly a more seasoned opponent than Shawnee Mission South, so it'll be interesting to see how the Lancers cope with that tonight. It'll be just me this first half, but we'll have Ty Browning joining us the second half. All right, here we go. Jerry Walker returning the kick. Gets all the way up to around the 26 or 27-yard line. Pretty successful return there by Jerry. All right, so last week against South, it was a slow start for East, but a solid defensive effort all the way kind of through the game. They held South to 6 points. Again, they only scored 14 themselves. So you could argue that it was just slow offense on both sides, but I mean, I think we saw some pretty good defense out of East. Pretty impressive offensive burst in the second half, so we'll see if they can implement that the first half. Here we go. Ryan Boland takes the snap, gives it off to Tony Friends. Immediately, Friends finds a hole in the middle, takes it all the way, carrying defenders all the way up to the 46-yard line. That's a great run there by Tony Friends. And something we've seen a lot this year as well. On the entire year, Tony Friends is at 464 yards on 69 carries through 3 games because he was suspended for one of those. So those are his stats entering tonight. He obviously added a pretty big run there. All right, Bowen, the shotgun, got a trips right set. It almost looks like he was going for a screen. The quick slant over the middle, great pass, and then caught by number 24, Preston Reynolds. Great throw there by Ryan Bowen. The quick slant on the inside, just over that outside linebacker. That's a great throw by Ryan. And he's had a pretty good year this year. Obviously faltered at certain points, but last week he had a pretty good game as well. But it was really Tony Friends that carried the offense last week. So we'll see this game how they're going to differentiate that a little bit. All right, he's got Tony Friends off a little bit of a toss there on the left side and takes it out. He's a bit shy of the line of scrimmage there, so it's going to be a loss of around 2 for Tony Friends there. But again, last week, Tony Friends was really the driving force for the Lancers on offense. He had 269 yards rushing, which is about half of his yearly total, a little bit over half, actually. He had a 69-yard run as well for a touchdown. All right, Bowen, play action, looking deep down the field, slings it to Reynolds, and Reynolds scores the touchdown. That's an incredible pitch and catch. Ryan Bowen, the incredible throw down the middle, and there is Preston Reynolds with the catch. And wow, well, there's a quick offensive start for the Lancers here already, something that took them 2 full halves to do last week. And all right, well, we've got them doing it in less than 5 minutes tonight. Only shaved off around 4 minutes of clock, and they're already there. That's a great catch by Preston Reynolds, just a bit farther than it would have normally been for him there. And the kick is good, or the PAT is good by TJ LeBeer there. So Lancers take a quick 7-0 over Olathe North tonight. And obviously something that's a bit surprising considering, I mean, going into this game, 810 Sports had called this the game of the week, and they had the Lancers winning, but after the last few weeks they changed that and had Olathe North as the favorite tonight, which caused some buzz amongst some players, and obviously they came in tonight with a chip on their shoulder, already showing that within the first 5 minutes of this game. All right, well, we'll see how Olathe North will respond. Here we go on the kickoff. All right, here comes TJ LeBeer with 11 minutes left in the first quarter. A little bit of a squib onside type set there. And taken down hard around, he's going to push forward around to the 43. They didn't call it forward progress until around the 43 or 44-yard line there. Not sure exactly what they were thinking there with the offsides immediately kind of towards the middle, but I mean, something could have gone wrong. Could have gone wrong for Olathe North to make that a turning point so East could regain the ball, but didn't quite pan out there. we'll see how East defense can do. Again, last week they were very impressive. They let up 89 yards against Shawnee Mission South, which is less than any other week, really. They kept them down, so we'll see if they can keep that hot streak going. Here's number 7. It looks to be Arlen Bruce, the 4th forward, all the way down to the 52-yard line or 49-yard line of the opposing side, 48-yard line. But they're already into their own territory now. Now, Olathe North does have a very strong offense. That's what their team is known for. A little bit of an unconventional offensive setup, so we'll see. Bruce nearly gets him to jump, and they're turning back to see a play call here. All right, he's got 2 wide receivers on either side. He's going to take it himself up the left side. Scanning, running hard up the left side. Gets him, almost beats the safeties, and taken down hard eventually by number 2, Jerry Walker. But it took a while. I mean, that's a multi-threat quarterback there that they've got in Arlen Bruce, the 4th. So we'll see how that plays out during this game. But, I mean, already we're seeing him kind of run like a running back. Maybe a wide receiver, too. Tall enough for a wide receiver, but, like, that's not something you usually see from a quarterback, so that'll be dangerous. And they'll be able to open up the pass game from that. East has got to lock him down. All right, Bruce takes it. Immediate pass to the right. That's caught by number 21, Dale Stout there. Taken down pretty quickly, though. So it looks like it'll be about a 2nd and probably about 4 or 5 to go. Yeah, but, I mean, East's pass defense has been faulty this year. To put it lightly, they've been a bit faulty. So we'll see how they can kind of go for it tonight. But, I mean, it'll really be that run defense that's going to have to buckle down with Bruce. All right, Bruce now taking it right up the middle. You never see a quarterback that's doing that, but there he is. Straight up the middle. Gains about 5 or 6 yards, and it's going to be, yeah, they're going to call it a first. So he's got a first down there. That's Arlen Bruce's 2nd first down running the ball. And only about 4 or 5 yards passing it tonight. Really, it doesn't seem like they've really brought a running back yet. It seems like they've got that slot. All right, no handoff. Again, it's Bruce running. Bruce trying to take it up the left side, but eventually taken down before he can get very far there. Looks like an East corner came in to make that hit and stop him there. All right, we've got about 8 minutes and 40 seconds left in this first quarter. All right, here's Bruce in the shotgun. Fakes the hard count. They all turn back to the coaches trying to see the play call. Interesting setup for the offense. They're doing that. All right, Bruce takes the snap. Scanning, immediately tries to bring it up the middle, but taken down hard. Before much can be done there, it looks like that was number 11, Lee Marshall, on the hit. Lee Marshall getting a lot of college offers right now to play beyond high school. And it is senior night tonight, so we've got a lot of seniors that are out there playing. We've got Jerry Walker out at corner, Tony Friends at running back, Makai Jantz, Cole Long. Got a lot of seniors tonight, so we're going to see how they step up and really play. All right, here's Bruce. Takes it just a few yards. He's going to be shy of the first down, so they're going to have a 4th down and 2 or 3 on their hands. So this will be an interesting play call from Olathe North. You'll be able to tell a lot about how they're going to end up calling things tonight if they're going to go for this one. Seems as though it'd be pretty worthy. I mean, at this point, you've got 2 more yards. Bruce has really only been taken down once or twice, or their entire offense has only been taken down once or twice for less than 2 or 3 yards. So we're going to see it here. We got 4th and 2. Bruce takes the snap, taking it himself up the right side, trying to find a hole, does, and he gets in very near the end zone, maybe on the 2 or 3 yard line there, but it's going to be 1st and goal for Olathe North, slowly chipping away at East's offense. Taking more of the slow game, but definitely the persistent game after East only needed a couple plays to get down and score, which is uncharacteristic of East. Usually their offense takes its time and kind of works itself out a little bit before piling on the points. But it's really early for them to have been doing that, but, I mean, very impressive. All right, Bruce trying to pile it in himself, running with vigor there. And that's going to be a touchdown for Olathe North there. Arlen Bruce, the fourth. The quarterback acting like the running back tonight and running with a lot of passion. So we'll see here. It's 7-6 Lancers, but, I mean, we've got 2 touchdowns already, and it hasn't even been 10 minutes. So looking to be an offensive game, very much unlike East's game last week against South, where it was 14-6 and took a couple quarters for both teams to get on the board as Olathe North's kicker puts in the PAT there. Well, yeah, about this game, the Lancers under head coach Justin Hoover, he's the second year at East, will look to add their win totals against the Eagles and a strong team led by Arlen Bruce IV. He's it's in his senior season of play, but he's been at that quarterback position for a couple years. Chris McCartney close out this decade in his 5th season as their head coach, taking over for Gene Wire after a brief second tour of duty and an impressive 22-12 record after only 34 games. And the last 6A state title led by the Eagles was in 2009 against the Wichita Heights Falcons and now current AD Rick Wheeler. So we'll see. I mean, they've had a very strong start to the year at 3-1 as opposed to the Lancers. And so we'll see here tonight how it's going to play out. Pretty surprised, honestly, that the Lancers put on a touchdown so quickly. So we'll see if their offense can have some of that same composure and that quickness here. All right, Jerry Walker going to take it back again. Fields it. Taking it up the left side, trips around, but eventually stumbles down at around the 27 or 28 yard line, and East's offense is going to begin around there. All right, so I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see more of the Tony Friends kind of hard ball right up the middle off the first play. There aren't many possessions where the Lancers aren't going for that on the first play. I mean, it's always, almost always that inside handoff to Tony Friends, but we'll see what they go with here. Bowen again. Yep, the inside handoff to Tony Friends. Friends finding a hole and making his way all the way up to around the 42-yard line. And East's offense looks to still be pretty high composure. And we'll see if Tony Friends can add to his totals tonight on the run game. He's had 69 carries, 6 touchdowns. He has had 2 fumbles, but he's it's on a rare occasion that's happening. I mean, all right, well, handoff to Tony Friends again, trying to find his way, stumbles, but does crawl around to the first down marker. It looks like, yep, and the refs are going to call it a first down for Tony Friends and the Lancer offense, so they haven't slowed down yet. Here, ball's placed down at the 41-yard line. They've been good on third down conversions as well. They're about 67% on the year. Oh, wait, there's Tony Friends, nearly taken down, but wasn't quite taken down there until around the 49-yard line. But, again, that versatile running style from Tony Friends can go from very slow and kind of calculated and working out exactly where those holes are to immediately picking up speed and getting to a level where really no one can touch him. Correction on the third down conversion rate. Really, it's 36% for the Lancers on the year. Oh, well, here's Bolin in the shotgun, looking deep. He fires it deep. Preston Reynolds trying to gain possession. Tipped up, nearly picked, but not quite there for the Lancers. It's been usually a gamble to take those long passes characteristically over the year. They haven't been quite as successful as they'd like to hope, or as they'd hope. It's been tougher for him to get those going. All right, here's Bowen. He's got a halfback next to him and behind him. Fakes it. That's a play action up to Preston Reynolds. Another great quick slant to Preston Reynolds. That's one of Bowen's couple completions tonight and targets. to Preston Reynolds on that quick slant. The first one was a really great pass by Bowen right over the outside linebacker. That one was more Preston Reynolds' work getting open. All right, so we'll see. He's got 2 wide receivers on the left side and a halfback flanking him. He does give it to Tony Friends. Friends scouting, trying to find a hole, and doesn't really. Immediately kind of met by that wall of Olathe North defenders. Amongst them was Mason Pride, the linebacker position. All right, well, East kind of determining what they should go with. Really, I mean, for me, it's just more of the same. They're moving down the field at a really good rate right now. Their offense is doing much better than most would have expected running into this game. They look very energetic, very on it. Okay, well, there's Tony Friends trying to go up the middle and met pretty much immediately, so he's definitely not going to make a gain there. Maybe a loss of 1 or 2 on the 3rd down now. And they're going to be looking at 3rd down and 9, if I'm seeing it right. So they may have to resort to the passing game for this play. I mean, usually, see, it depends. I mean, I would probably be looking for a screen here if I were the Lancers. Firing it downfield has kind of often been a tribulation this year. It's been tough for the Lancers to really convert those. So I'd either look for an outside run from Tony Friends or a screen right now. We'll see what they go with. Bowen takes it. Looking. He looks kind of deep, but not too deep. There it is, number 7, Ben Bikeman there on the catch. And I mean, that's a great play for the Lancers. They've had a lot of success tonight on the passing game, more than they have really in the last game for sure. It was more of a running offense, but after Tony Friends had gotten kind of stopped right around that line of scrimmage the past couple plays, they have a pretty solid passing game that they're resorting to right now, and I think it's really paying off. I mean, the Lancers, that's been their main tough feature this year, is that they've really relied on the run game more than they have the pass game. Okay, well, here's Tony Friends again trying to find a hole. Can't quite find it. Olathe North's defensive line really doing a good job of putting pressure there on Tony Friends in the offense, kind of blowing back the linemen just a bit. We'll see if they can tighten that up a little bit tonight. But, I mean, they're right back in there, the 15-yard line. We've got 2nd down and 10 for the Lancers, so we'll see if they can punch it in. There it is. Gives it again to Tony Friends. Trying to find more of a hole. The juke even got me there on the left side. And did he get in? Oh, nope. He's on the 1-yard line. But, I mean, that's an incredible move by Tony Friends there. The juke, the incredible juke there. Got most of the defense to fly just a bit more left than they should have, and he immediately capitalized and went the other way. It's an incredible job by Tony Friends. And it's pretty much exactly what we've seen. Looks as if there's a flag, though. It's going to be holding on the offense, and they're going to call it 2nd down again. That's unfortunate. I mean, it was a great run by Tony Friends, but holding on the line, that's just something that they'll have to straighten up. All right, well, here's Bowen in the pistol. He's got and the fake caught there, and that's a touchdown, Lancers. That's a great catch there, too, by number 87, Tommy Foster. And the Lancers score to make it 13-7 already against Olathe North here. I mean, I'm really surprised. Their passing game has gone extremely well, really better than it has in the past. 2 passing touchdowns with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. What more could you ask for if you're Justin Hoover right now? And the PAT is good as well. So 14-7 Lancers. We'll be right back with you after a short break here to see what they do next. All right, well, welcome back. If you're just joining us, we just saw a Lancer touchdown, the 2nd passing touchdown of the night. from Ryan Boland. That one was caught by Tommy Foster, and the previous one caught by Preston Reynolds. Really just a great digression from kind of the reliance they've had on the run game most of this year, and we're already seeing a bit more of a transition towards the pass game, which will definitely open it up for Tony Friends later tonight if they need him. Okay, here's Olathe North. They're returning it. Looks like number 4 there, Sylvester Union, taking it up pretty far and finally slowed down around the 48-yard line. And he's taken down with some great field position there. A lot of it was him running, so the Lancer defense couldn't really catch up there too soon, but we'll see what they can do here. Obviously, Olathe North, it was a seasoned drive down the field there last time Olathe North had the ball on offense. We'll see what they can do here with it, but it was really Arlen Bruce IV who was carrying that offense. I mean, as a quarterback, he had many more running yards than he did passing yards. Great game from Bruce so far. He had that running touchdown as well, but he really tore up the Lancer defense in that way, so we'll see what he can do. Bruce again taking it up the left side and finally taken down around halfway through. Bruce he looks like he lined up as a running back there to take the ball. So pretty interesting offensive set for Olathe North as well. It looks like they're most of the team is following those signals. So unlike how the Lancers do it, usually Bowen will come up to Hoover and then Bowen will report back to the team in the huddle. It's the conventional set. And there's the fire down the field. Just a bit overthrown there, but he had a little bit of daylight, that wide receiver did there. It looked like number 10, Jacob Parrish for Olathe North. But it looks like they're bringing in Jackson Sarver at QB for Olathe North and putting Bruce a bit more at that running back position, which is pretty interesting. They've got a really versatile offense, certainly making the most out of it and capitalizing here tonight, because it seemed like Jackson Sarver still had that long arm there to make that happen. Obviously a pretty long pass, just a bit overthrown. Sarver takes the snap, again to Bruce. Bruce shifts over to the right side, running hard, and he'll have the first down around the 40-yard line, maybe the 39-yard line. And Olathe North is moving again. Seems like this is going to be a game of offenses more so than it really will be of defenses. And I mean, again, the Lancers are coming off of a really good defensive game against Shawnee Mission South, holding them to 6 points, holding them to 89 yards, which is much less than they have the rest of the year. All right, here we go. Sarver, the pass, all the way over, it looks like, to number 4, Sylvester Union, who returned. And pretty good defense there, too. Stopped up before he could really do much on that screen. And they're going to be looking at around a 2nd and 8, maybe 2nd and 9 here. As Olathe North. I mean, we'll see if the Lancers can really use that to kind of shift the momentum here, because, I mean, Olathe North has had nothing really but momentum on offense. Same with the Lancers. It's been an offensive game, like I was saying. Bit of a jumbled snap there. Both refs have a flag up. They're going to be calling it false start on Olathe North, so that's going to push them back another 5 yards. Another damper on the momentum. We'll see if East defense can capitalize with it and have a cold, hard stop right now. I mean, really, with the running that Bruce has been doing, and then, of course, like the supplement that Jackson Sarver's been at quarterback, it'll be tough to stop these guys. So, I mean, at least at halftime, Lancers are going to have a real conversation about what their strategy is going to be. I'm sure they already have. But, okay, here's Sarver, kind of scrambling. An incredible pass by Sarver on the run to number 10, Jacob Parrish, there for Olathe North. That's an incredible pass on the run for Sarver there. As you can see, he that was the play from before. He just a bit of a jumbled snap there, but that's what caused that pass there by Jackson Sarver. And now they've got that first down at around the 25. Okay, taken down. No, it seemed like he would be taken down. He's gone through 2 Lancer defenders. An incredible run by number 7, Arlen Bruce. And I mean, we knew coming into this he would be the offensive player to watch for if you were Olathe North, and he has not disappointed tonight. Shaking off 2 Lancer tackles there was Bruce. So we'll see here with 35 seconds left in this first quarter. Sarver takes it back to Bruce. Bruce still running with the same vigor, bumps one guy, and he's in for another touchdown. Arlen Bruce, the fourth, his second touchdown of the night. And, I mean, he is definitely what the Lancers need to take a step back and talk about. Because, I mean, they need to hone down their strategy right now. It's been nothing but a successful Olathe North offense, as has been for East's offense. But, I mean, really the defense is what you're going to have to focus on right now if you're the Lancers. But, I mean, on the bright side, they have seen an incredible offensive effort, like I said. Ryan Bowen throwing really well tonight. They've usually been more reliant on Tony Friends. He's kind of been able to take the back seat with Bowen throwing so well. And the wide receivers kind of bouncing off of those corners to really get open and make that happen. So it'll be interesting to see what the Lancers strategy is coming out, if they do go straight to the pass game, straight to the short screen game, or if they do usually go back to kind of that offensive reset, which is kind of a first down up the middle run by Tony Friends. That's kind of their convention. That's kind of what they usually go for. And we'll likely see Jerry Walker trying to take it back as the kick returner, as he often has been this year. And Shawnee Mission East is 7-18 all-time versus Olathe North. 7-18 that was. Justin Hoover is 1-1 against Olathe North, because we faced them once in the regular season and once in the playoffs. All right, here's number 12. It looks like Jackson Sarver, and he's going to be kicking it, and it's off to Jerry Walker. Here he is at the left side, fielded at about the 15, trying to get past that pack of defenders, but can't quite get the activation to do it, and he's at around the 25-yard line now. That's where the Lancers will start their offense. And, I mean, they've done a pretty good job on the kick return game. As far as last week was going, it was, again, a slow offensive movement, so there weren't as many kick returns, but as far as punting went, Shawnee Mission South did a great job against the Lancers. And, I mean, the Lancers were being pinned a little bit under the 5-yard line most drives. So, I mean, they're able to add 20 to that this game. So they've had a bit of a boost on the offense in that way. Bowen, immediately they're going straight to the pass game. Caught there by Tommy Foster, but lit up almost immediately there by number 4, Sylvester Union. There, looks like he's playing both wide receiver and corner. Looks like there were some words between Foster and Union there, but that still looked like it was a 5-yard pickup by Tommy Foster on the throw from Ryan Bowen. And that's going to close out our first quarter. We've seen 14-14, Lancers tied with Olathe North, and we'll be right back with you to cover this second quarter of this game. All right, and we're back. There's Ryan Bowen there. Quick give to Tony Friends. Maybe going to get 1 or 2 yards there. And if you're just joining us, thank you for joining us in the Shawnee Mission East Harbinger live broadcast. The first quarter was pretty quick from both offenses. It was really surprising to see that, considering the Lancers are usually kind of a slow burn for offense. They'll usually eventually, when they start, they'll get hot, but that usually won't happen until around late second quarter. The early third quarter is when they kind of kick it into drive, and they kicked it into drive within the first 5 minutes of the game, scoring with around 11 minutes left So we'll see what they do here. Ryan Bowen set with trips on the left and 2 wide receivers on the right. Bias, and another completed pass by Bowen. And the Lancers are moving. This has been a great passing game from the Lancers. Great job. And they've gotten a lot of, haven't gotten as many ground yards as you'd suppose they would be, considering their usual reliance on Tony Friends, the halfback here for East. Again, also a senior. It is senior night tonight. All right, Bowen here, setting the pistol. And it's an immediate gift. Nope, it's a play action. And he throws it away before he can get hit there. Even fooled me there with the fake give to Tony Friends on the play action pass. But that's going to be an incomplete pass as Bowen had to get it away before he was sacked. And that's something Bowen's taking criticism for this year, is when that pocket is collapsing, trying to get the ball out as quick as possible. Instead of kind of taking the sack. Usually it's had a bit of trouble with that, but tonight it's been rock solid. Obviously hasn't had to do that until now, but handled it very well. And it looks like the refs are moving the ball back just a little bit. All right, here comes the Lancer offense. They're setting that usual formation of one halfback to the left and one to the back of Bowen. Friend spins, fumbles, and it looks like, is it going to be a Olathe North ball? Yep, they're going to call it that much. Olathe North ball off the Tony Friends fumble. Unfortunately, that is his 3rd of the year. As we're watching it here, you can see Tony Friends spin and just drop the ball at the end after trying to extend himself. That's unfortunate there for the Lancers. That's Tony Friends' 3rd of the year. And the Lancer defense is really going to have to show Olathe North what they can do here after an incredible first quarter from Arlen Bruce IV, acting as a little bit of running back, a little bit of quarterback, but, I mean, just incredible. And it's going to be a play-action pass. What an it's a gun from number 12, Jackson Sarver at quarterback, but, again, just overthrew him a bit. Definitely has a very strong arm there, and he's exemplified that before, but just a bit overthrown like it was the first time. And we'll see if they go to Bruce. I'll bet you almost anything they do right now. Bruce is number 7 next to him. And the hard count gets some Lancers to jump, but not before they can snap it, so they're going to change the play call a little bit here. Bruce moves to the right of the quarterback. Here he is. Looks like a quick little pitch to the slot. There's number 9, Corey Lawson there. And he'll gain a few yards before being stopped. It's going to be around 3rd and 4. About 3rd and 4 for the Eagles right now. And now it looks as if they've just got Arlen Bruce alone again as quarterback. Bruce takes it. Scouts immediately. The hard run, and he's gone. Arlen Bruce picks apart the Lancer defense right up the middle, and there's another touchdown from Bruce. That's his 3rd rushing touchdown of the day, and we haven't even cleared 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Arlen Bruce really just tormenting this East defense. You could see right there as he was really only had to make 2 small cuts there, but the blinding speed cut straight through. All right, we'll see how the PAT goes, but, I mean, there was a quick couple plays there, and Olathe North is right back on top. I mean, I think East really was riding that advantage they had of scoring first, and now they really don't have that. Olathe North's got a little bit of edge over them now. Now this Lancer offense needs to really kick it into drive and keep that same composure they've had this whole game. And, I mean, that's something that might get down to one of these teams are going to have to go for 2 or something like that to see which one ends up doing it first. Or it'll be kind of a back-and-forth battle of adding 7. Because, I mean, I don't think we've seen one drive tonight that has been unsuccessful other than that fumble from Tony Friends there. All the other drives have resulted in touchdowns, so we'll see if one team can kind of slow down the other to kind of slow down these touchdowns, because, I mean, it's really been an offensive show for tonight. Both teams kind of putting on a clinic in their own way. And I'm really not sure we're going to see any different than that, because I think both defenses are, I mean, at least before halftime, I don't think we're going to see a difference, because I don't think we've seen a whole lot of regrouping from either of these defensive groups. But we'll see if they have. Looks as if they're in the huddle talking about it right now. We can see the Lancer defense. Probably a way to slow down Bruce. All right, there's the kick towards the right side, right out of bounds, and they're going to throw the flag. And East is going to have some pretty good field positions starting out here with 10 minutes left in the second quarter. And it'll be the Lancer offense once again for this year, really. I mean, they've had a pretty good offensive stat range across the board. Boland's had 612 yards total on the throwing game. Tony Francis had 464 total. Cole Long, coming in at second string, has had 104 yards. And Peyton Reynolds, the most at 197 yards receiving. Preston Reynolds, sorry about that. Tony Friends takes it up the left side, met immediately and stopped quickly by a wall of Olathe North defenders. And they're going to be seeing second down and longer, probably second down and 13 here. Going to have to regroup a little bit. Again, haven't had a strong night running the ball. Whether or not that's Friends himself or really kind of this strong Olathe North defensive line, I'm not quite sure yet. But, I mean, East has had some success over the past game, so let's see if they'll go that route. Bowen triggering immediately, and another great gain there by Bowen in the offense. They've had a lot of success from those quick slants and those curls there, and that time it was Preston Reynolds with the curl. That's kind of what we've been seeing. A lot of quick slants, a lot of curls, and they've worked almost every time for Bowen in the offense. He's done a good job of kind of looking those corners off, so that way opens up some options downfield. And, I mean, of course, a testament to the wide receivers tonight from East. That's Preston Reynolds, Ben Bikeman, those guys who have done a great job off their cuts and really made sure that their offense is honed in. There's a long pass from Bowen. Perfect to Preston Reynolds again. And Reynolds taken down at the 10-yard line. Perfect move and perfect throw there all around for the Lancers. And they're going to be all the way down at the 10-yard line. And I don't know how many times I've said it, but tonight is a showcase of the Lancers' ability to throw the ball. I mean, it's not something we've seen a whole lot this year. That's why it's just as kind of surprising, but also very impressive from the Lancers. All right, here we go. Bowen with Friends behind him. Trip set of wide receivers. Friends running hard up the middle, finds a hole, and he's untouched. That's another touchdown for the Lancers and a quick addition to a game of offenses, really, as the Lancers score again. Tony Friends making that one hard cut and just dodges that outside linebacker to get in for the touchdown. And Tony Friends, that is, it looks like it's going to be his 7th touchdown of the year. He's averaging around 155 yards per game over the run, and this is his 4th game played tonight because he did miss that 1 week. All right, well, the Lancers are back, and they've tied Olathe North. I mean, obviously, both teams are, the Lancers themselves have scored more points than were put on the board by either team last week against Shawnee Mission South. That was kind of a slow game to kind of watch and see them as their offense kind of bloomed in the second half. But really, they've been blooming right from the beginning, really. And we're going to see exactly which defense is going to step up first or which offense is going to falter first. I mean, we've seen East fumble it, of course, but, I mean, they jumped right back on it with some pretty great offensive moves there, especially over the passing game on that last drive like we saw. So we'll see how their defense can really translate right now. All right, East preparing to kick it now. All right, returned here. Olathe North up the middle. Trying to take it. Gets all the way down to the 35 or 36-yard line there. And Olathe North obviously doing a great job tonight with their kick returns. They've had a lot of success. So we'll see if they can continue that. But again, all offenses really tonight have been successful. Olathe North hasn't faltered once. They've had a lot of opportunities there with Arlen Bruce IV really kind of controlling this entire game. And the addition of Sarver to kind of step in at quarterback when Bruce is kind of having some trouble has been really impressive tonight. All right, joining me now is Ty Browning. He's going to be with us for the rest of the game.
How's it going? Looks like we've got an exciting game so far.
Yep, all right, there's Bruce again, the carry there for a few yards.
He's a very dynamic player. Seems to slip tackles pretty easily.
No, I know. It's been kind of incredible to watch because, I mean, he stepped out at quarterback too. I don't even know if I think he threw it once, but it's really been Sarver that's been coming in for the throwing game, but they haven't had to rely on it almost at all.
Yeah, I mean, when the run game works, why pass?
Exactly. And, I mean, you're seeing that with East too.
Mm-hmm. And there's
the first pass. And it looks like caught there by number 21, Dale Stout there for Olathe North. But, I mean, there we saw the pass game.
Yeah, way to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Open up new ways for this offense to kind of move.
Yeah, smart keeping it short. You don't want to get too aggressive.
Yeah, exactly.
Looks like they'll have Bruce out there again lining up. And he's just going to try and take it and finds a gap. And, wow, he's just making things happen.
Yeah.
Huge run.
I mean, he's been moving like that the entire night, really kind of picking apart the Lancers' defense with just a couple cuts. I mean, that's the type of speed he's got. And he's got the power and the grit running the ball to kind of really have defenders bouncing off of him, kind of like a pinball machine. It's been pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, it has been. He can fake out a defender with his eyes and his legs, and they'll go flying the other way.
Yep. All right, well, Bruce takes the snap again. Going to take it himself, trying to find a hole. Can't really up the middle, but he'll still gain around 4 or 5 yards. Doesn't seem like a lot just because we've seen 30-yard runs from him all night.
Still a positive play and not bad for first down.
Yeah, exactly.
Just getting yardage. Looks like they'll put him about 2nd and 6. So we've seen the Olathe North Fighting Eagles try this kind of delayed play calling.
Right. It's been pretty interesting to kind of watch.
It has been. It's been a little bit off-putting.
Yeah, exactly. All right, here's Bruce trying to find a hole. Does. Cuts hard. Hit hard there.
Still got...
Looks like my number 6, Coleman Wam gave him a hit there.
Got the yardage for a first down, but a flag did fly. I could see this being a holding. Looks like they're moving him back.
Yeah. Almost looked like it was on the defense.
Oh.
Yeah. May have been on
Hare. And the coaching staff.
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know.
Either way,
exactly surprised me.
Looks like it's been denied.
They got a first down on the 20-yard line, 19-yard line around there. And we've got Bruce alone taking it up the left side. He looks like he almost had it. Cuts back the other way. Somehow he's making a gain out of this. And knocks down another defender. Taken down. Somehow made a gain of that. Probably about 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah. Still got 2.5 yards there.
Somehow.
Not too bad.
2nd and 7.
Completely closed down play by the Lancers. He was still able to squirm out of it and pick up some positive yards.
Right. This is the type of offense that the Lancers really aren't used to. I mean, this is just something new that they're going to have to really work to try to go against. All right, here they go. Bruce finding a hole. Cuts in, taken down after around 3 or 4 hits, but they're going to, looks like a ref threw a flag down pretty early. Looks like, yep, they're going to call holding on the offense. And so they're going to repeat 2nd down here. It's about time. I didn't think he was doing that all himself.
Yeah, I was going to say, Good call by the refs there.
Probably looking a bit extra, just a little bit extra hard to try to find some of those holding calls because they've had so much success over the run.
Solid blocking fundamentals, but, every once in a while they slip. So we'll see them in a 2nd and 18 position. We'll see if they try a pass or just stick to the ground. Still got Bruce out there by himself.
All right, Bruce takes it. He's kind of looking, changes his mind, passes. There's a bit of a push-off there.
What?
And they're going to call it a touchdown.
Oh, my goodness. And that is a touchdown to Dale Stout.
I mean, yeah, it looked like a push-off. A great pass by Bruce, but nonetheless, there should have been a call.
Very, very evident push-off there from Stout. He very clearly extended his arm, making contact with the defender, pushing it back.
Right, and you could see a bit of a shudder from the wide receiver, from the corner. And, I mean, in any event, they're up by 7 points. I mean, before it would have been a tie right now had that fumble not happened from Friends early on. Tough to put it on one thing. Obviously, you can't put it on one play, but that change in momentum has really kind of set the course for how this game's going to go, at least right now, because they were really just trading touchdowns back and forth, and East had the edge. And, I mean, they lost that edge when they had that turnover. So now they're playing catch-up.
Yep, East is really going to have to fight here, not turn the ball over, not give it up on downs. Like, they really need to be careful while also attacking.
Right, and I mean, that was their 9th turnover of the year of over 4 games. They've taken away 6 from their opponents before this game. So not the best ratio there, but we're going to see if their defense can kind of pull something together here, because I think small mistakes and turnovers like that are what are going to win you this game.
Yeah.
Because when you've got offensive players like Bruce and then the ability to kind of like supplement a new quarterback to just come in whenever you want them, it's such excess on the offensive side that you're going to need something like that to slow them down.
Yep. So in the meantime, we'll see what the Lancers offense can put together.
We'll see I think we got Jerry Walker returning the kick.
Yep.
And here's Jerry running up the right side, trying to find a hole, and stopped up around the 28-yard line. Makes his way all the way up to the 31 or 32, though.
Yeah, and nice forward progress. Good push there to put him past the 30. Putting him in pretty decent field position. We'll see if they can capitalize.
Right. And, I mean, this passing game is something I haven't seen all year from the Lancers. I mean, they've just had so much success. It's been kind of baffling, so we'll see if they can keep that up.
I think it's funny how confidence can affect a team.
Right.
Seems East came in very confident, and it showed, and they need to continue that.
All right, here's the handoff. It looks like Tony Friends trying to find a hole, trips his way up around 2 or 3 yards there before being taken down. And it's going to be around a 2nd and 7 or 2nd and 8 call here.
Yep, not a huge gain there. Pretty well shut down by the Eagles, but not a bad play.
No.
Looking to move on, maybe pass on a 2nd and long. They've got Friends in the slot. They might put him in motion. We'll see what they do.
All right, he's got a trip set on the left. Bowen looking to pass, scrambling, and he passes somehow. It's wow, how about that? Number 54, pass. Nate Jones catches the ball there, steps out. Yeah, they're probably going to call a flag there on that. But, I mean, heck of an improvisation there by the Lancer offense.
Yeah, well done getting it out. Just unfortunate that's going to be
an undesignated receiver there.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I think they're going to call it undesignated receiver.
He is an offensive lineman, so that would make sense.
Right.
Moving back 5 yards.
Still, though, I mean, you prevent a sack, you prevent whatever comes with a sack.
Yeah.
And interesting improvisation. Maybe didn't turn.
Is it 10 yards? No, it's 5 yards.
Yeah, they're going to be moving it back just a bit.
2nd and 13 for the Lancers.
Right.
Little bit more pressure, but I think they still just need to try and play their game.
Right.
And they're leaving Bowen alone in the backfield.
Right, so we know they're going for the pass. He's got a trips right formation. North blitzing him. Fires immediately. Preston Reynolds wide open on the right side. Reynolds trying to make his way down and taken down at the 30-yard line.
Wow.
That's the third long pass to Preston Reynolds Brian Bowen has made tonight. Not a perfect pass or anything. I mean, it was a bit behind him. Preston had to slow down.
There's another flag.
Oh, man.
We'll see what they okay.
Yeah, I mean, it seems as though everything worked out.
Yeah, didn't really see a penalty on that play. Lancers are looking to capitalize on that huge momentum boost, but the refs aren't letting them go.
No. All right, Brian Bowen here in the shotgun. He's got a trips left set for the wide receivers. Takes the snap. Fake give to, looks like Jerry Walker there, and then Bowen. Cole Long there.
Bowen pretty quickly taken down, looking to get it out to one of his receivers quick, but couldn't quite get it away. So 2nd and 9 for the Lancers here. I
don't know. I mean, you'd say give it to Tony Friends because that's the default, but they just haven't had the success to be able to really go back to that every time. But it looks as if they're gonna, because, I mean, this is definitely a run set. Nope. Instead, Bowen passing it. Another great pass. Deflected, though, by Olathe North. Tough play there. Solid pass by Ryan Bowen to Tommy Foster, but batted down by an Olathe North corner there. That's a great job by Olathe North to prevent that, because that would have been within probably the 10-yard line there, and East would be facing a 1st and goal instead of a 3rd and 9.
Yeah, just maybe a little bit more power on that throw, but nearly perfect. Unfortunately, nearly didn't cut it this time. So we'll see what the Lancers do on a very crucial 3rd and 9.
Bowen takes the snap. Looking, firing pretty deep. And no observable wide receiver there. Just a little bit long, or maybe he was mistaking one of the corners or something like that, but it was towards the middle, just a bit longer than it needed to be.
Yeah, it happens. Possibly just a miscommunication.
Right.
Didn't quite know the route, but brings up a pretty tough 4th and 9 for the Lancers.
Right.
And I mean, this is where, the game kind of hangs in the balance, and the players know it, and the coaches know it.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll most definitely be affecting their decisions. So we'll see what they can do here. Ball is on the 31-yard line. They need 9 yards.
On this 4th down. I mean, this is pretty pivotal. Yeah, they're going to call a timeout just to make sure they've got all their bases covered for this play call. I mean, if you're the Lancers right now, I think you're going pass game.
Mm-hmm.
But it's about what? And if I had to bank on anything, I would probably bank on kind of a curl route by Preston Reynolds, because, I mean, he's been the go-to for Ryan Bowen tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Probably on the right side, a curl right back around 11 yards down the field to try to gain that 1st down and then cut outside. But really could be anything.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think something quick would be best. I think they have to pass it, and I think they have to keep Tony Friends in the back to block, because it looks like the Eagles are going. I mean, what we've seen
bring it.
in high-pressure situations, they bring that blitz. So he needs to get it out quick, most likely to Preston Reynolds. I think that's not a bad idea. Maybe a slant, maybe a curl. I don't know, but I think the quick pass is the way to go.
Right. And, I mean, it's what they've had a lot of success early with. I mean, they had a couple quick slants and then a quick curl early in this game, and that's what set them off.
Mm. So the Lancers taking their time here. No reason to rush.
Right.
Trying to stay calm and just play their game.
All right, here's Bowen. Looking left. Nearly tackled. Very incredible pass there by Ryan Bowen. Caught by number 2, Jerry Walker. And wow. I mean, what an incredible play there. Would not have expected that. Ryan Bowen, the perfect throw there. Caught by Jerry Walker. And, I mean, oh, man.
Primarily their kick returner.
That duo's
crazy fast.
That duo has been together since 3rd grade. kind of working both quarterback and kind of wide receiver, running back positions. Jerry primarily running back until a couple years ago. But, I mean, you could tell there's something there. I mean, just an incredible play there for the Lancers, and their offense is not done yet. As it's tied up 28-28 with 3:57 left in this game. Again, what an incredible catch. We're watching it again here.
Yep. Oh, my goodness. Just barely over the defenders. Fantastic throw by Bolin. Great route by Walker. Great ability to really get up, go get it. Yeah, that's what they needed, and they got it.
Yeah, I mean, right now, if you're the Lancer defense, you kind of take this as a calling card. You'd be like,
yeah,
you really got to step up.
You got to look this guy in the eyes that's been running you over the entire game, and you got to stop him.
Right. I know. It's been tough for him so far, but, I mean, they've kind of got to buckle down at this point. One team's got to make themselves the clear front runner here because, I mean, it's been a lot of look how good our offenses are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to see a defensive stand.
Slightly unexpected shootout tonight.
Right. Oh, gosh. No one would have thought this would have been a shootout.
Yeah. Olathe North, the heavy favorites.
Definitely.
Coming into this match.
Like 8-10, it had to switch their prediction. I mean, because from the beginning of the year, they thought East would be, and then they switched it, and they called it the game of the week, and then decided no. Okay, wait. There we go. We've got Olathe North up the left side.
Number 10,
Jacob Parrish, and he's going to take it all the way.
Wow.
And an incredible flip of momentum.
Wow. Found a couple gaps and just went. Nobody even really laid a finger on Parrish.
Number
there.
10, Jacob Parrish. Here he is. We'll see it again. Up the middle.
Slips a tackle.
Find his way. There it is. That key tackle just not quite made. And then from the rest of the point on, he wasn't even touched.
Yep.
And had his cruise control on and took it all the way in for a touchdown.
That's how crucial special teams can be.
Really? Yeah.
A couple slip-ups and bam. The offense has to go right back out there with no rest.
Yeah.
They're tired. They just had a long drive, and now they're down 7 again.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough situation to be in. No doubt the Lancers are going to come out hard, though. Important, definitely, that, or at least it'll be important to them that they can maybe make this the last drive of the game if they can. They want to make sure they end this half on their own terms.
If they play their cards correctly, and the PAT is good.
Plausibly, this is really the only amount that's going to be put up is probably about 1 or 2 touchdowns. They've got to hold it to theirs, and they've got to hold it to 1. Make sure this game's tied going into the second half. I believe it will be Olathe North ball, if I'm not mistaken, because East did come out on top first. And I think it's going to be Olathe North's ball second half, so they've really got to make sure this is a tie game going in, so that way they're not 2 touchdowns behind, because that might be what does it. I mean, if you're 2 touchdowns behind, it's kind of crazy that, in that scenario, the only thing that would have offset them was that fumble early on, right, and the inability to tie it at the end of the half. Usually it's a whole lot of things, and I mean, it is tonight, but, like, no, those are pretty identifiable. So we'll see if East's offense can really rally and show not only progress on offense, but really clock control to make sure that they don't do it too fast or they don't do it too slow.
Yeah. Yeah, nice, slightly long, slightly drawn out drive, I think, is what they're looking for. Maybe a couple big plays and then just getting on the ground and getting a couple yards with friends is what they're going to be trying to do here.
All right, here's the kick. High flyer to Jerry Walker. Walker going to return it here up the right side. Trying to find some daylight. Doesn't really. But he's taken out around the 25-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Lancers, and we're going to see exactly what their strategy is going to be out here. 3 minutes and 38 seconds left in the half. And they're down 7.
Yeah, we'll see what the Lancers do. Not much time, but enough to get a drive off. They're not rushing anything yet, but they've got to keep it in the back of their minds. If you can get out of bounds, get out of bounds.
Right.
And we'll see what they do here. Looks like they're getting Cole Long in the backfield, putting out Tony Friends in the slot.
All right. Snap taken. This is Cole Long here running with some passion there. It looks like about 8 or 9 yards. They're going to give him a good placement there. Yeah, they're going to call it around 8 yards there for Cole Long, who's been a pretty reliable backup here this year for Tony Friends. Obviously, the offense wasn't the same without him that 1 week where Friends was gone and Long had to step up. But
yeah, nice inside run by Long there.
All right, Bolin taking the snap. Gives it off to Tony Friends. Friends up the middle.
Cole. I think that was Cole Long again.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. And thank you for joining us. If you're just now joining us, again, my name is Ben Henschel alongside Ty Browning here with the Shining Mission East Harbinger live broadcast. We've got a 35-28 lead. Eagles over the Raiders tonight, or over the Lancers tonight.
Tony Friends again in the slot.
There's Bowen here looking. Scans up right. Very high flyer nearly picked. Great job on damage control there. Preston Reynolds making sure that wasn't an interception on the right side here. Bowen did a great job of even looking me off. He had me looking left, but and then fired right. But again, just tipped down, nearly picked.
Unfortunately, the Friends screen was not available. Good read by Bolin. He just needed to put a little bit more power. I think Reynolds had an edge.
Yeah.
He just needed to really lead him, which would have been quite a heave.
Right, and I mean, Bowen's strong suit is definitely the mid-range game. Maybe even the short game. He's got really crisp throws that way. All right,
hand off to Long again, up the middle, and Long
running all the way past the 50-yard line. There is Cole Long, and they're going to be on their Olathe North territory now, 49-yard line. The offense is moving. 2 minutes and 25 seconds. I mean, they're moving.
East has figured out that if they use Friends to distract Olathe North, they can just use Cole Long and just actually run it inside.
Exactly. All right, so we'll see what they go with here on offense again. Got Tony Friends behind him. Behind Bowen, that is. 2 wide receivers on the left. Bowen, the fake handoff to Friends. Again, the pitch outside. The throw was to Tommy Foster, and Foster gains around 4 or 5 yards there. For the Lancers, it's going to be around a 2nd and 6 or a 2nd and 5. Probably going to be 2nd and 6 here tonight.
Yeah, solid first play there. Good job just getting it out quick. Nice out route.
Right.
With, big man Foster. Yeah, good connection with Bolin and him.
All right, here's Bowen. Gives it off to Tony Friends. Friends running with a passion up the middle. Jukes one guy out. He's up the left side. Tony Friends at the 20, 15, 10, and finally knocked out at the 3-yard line. And what an incredible run by Tony Friends. He was a little bit dormant for a while. We didn't know if it was going to be the same type of night from Tony Friends, if it was going to be a completely passing game kind of night. But Tony Friends is right back there. It looks like he was actually marked out at around the 6-yard line. But the Lancers are going to still be here with a 1st and 10, or a 1st and goal. And with 1 minute and 27 seconds, though, so they do need to keep that in mind for whether or not Olathe North is going to have a possession after this.
And
what are they going to call?
Looks like timeout. Olathe North, I believe.
Quite possibly. I'm really not sure. Or were they placing the ball in a different spot?
No, I think it was offsides.
Huh. Okay.
Because they moved it up 3 yards.
They are
halfway to the goal.
Yep, they're now at the 3-yard line. Let's see. Handoff to Tony Friends, trying to power it in, and he will get it after an incredible push by the lineman. Oh my gosh, what a great play there by the Lancers, getting just as much help from the lineman there as he did himself.
Yeah.
And another touchdown for the Lancers. So they've now presumably tied it up if they can get this PAT. And 1 minute and 16 seconds left in the first half, and then it's all about whether or not the Olathe North can score again before the half ends, because they will be getting the ball at the beginning of the second half.
And the PAT is good, so that will tie the game up. Lancers fire back with another solid drive consisting of a couple nice long gains and nice short gains as well.
Right. Just kind of ultimately not really very slow. I mean, it was a pretty quick drive there, obviously, over the course of around 3 minutes. Off the clock at least. So now we'll see exactly what the Lancer defense can do in response to a pretty unstoppable Olathe North offense, at least this far in the game.
Yeah, we'll see what they can do to try and stop, the Bruce, just Bruce in general.
Right.
He's pretty much Olathe North's offense. So if they could kind of contain him, maybe force him to throw, I think that would be really what they want to do.
Yeah.
And with a minute 19, I'm guessing the Eagles will still try to run, but they won't have a lot of time. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see whether or not at the half or something the coach is given the directive of, like, try to punch that ball out or something like that. Because, I mean, depending on the game, that's a directive that's given by football coaches. They're like, you know what, just try to go for that ball, make sure you're fumbling it, because those turnovers are what's really going to flip the game, considering how explosive Olathe North has been and unstoppable. Okay, well, here's another kick return here.
Wow.
Is he going to be stopped?
Oh,
21.
My goodness.
He's at the 25-yard line and finally taken. And did he make it?
Wow.
Number 21 there, Dale Stout, and they're going to call it a touchdown. Olathe North, their second kick return touchdown in a row.
The offense has not even had to lift a finger for the past 2 possessions.
I mean, we saw here, we thought maybe he'd get him out.
Or maybe
just hangs on to his horse collar. Sullivan Gotch there. But he brings him down just as he's crossing that. Oh, man.
Wow.
That's unfortunate.
I mean, you can't let that happen. As a special teams unit, that's crushing.
Right.
You can't put your offense out like that. At some point, that's a little ridiculous.
Right. All right. Well, here's the PAT, and it is good by Olathe North, and we're gonna see 1 minute and 6 East offense and what they can do with that minute.
Yeah, I mean, they're right back where they were, 7 down.
Right.
So at least they're used to it at this point, playing catch-up, but that's not really where you want to be.
Right, and you want to at least mitigate that to the point where we're tied at halftime, so that way when Olathe North comes out that second half, they don't already have a 7 on you. You know what I mean? I mean, if they can come out and keep this flat and try to bring a bit of momentum, try to bring a little bit of something else defensively, then they got a shot at flipping this game. But, I mean, this is crucial, this drive right now, more crucial than it would usually be.
Yeah, that, and, I mean, before they have to worry about defense, they have to worry about special teams and just stopping the returner. And I'm not sure if that's with an onside kick or just...
It might be. I mean, I think that's definitely the way you want to go if there is a... I mean, let's say the Lancers have a big break and have a big play this half. I'm not kicking it. I'm not kicking it full.
Yeah.
No. I mean, it's definitely going to be something a bit shorter, try to offset the success that Olathe North has had tonight with those kick returns.
Yeah. Eagles kicking off to the Lancers.
All right, here we go. Jerry Walker back to return as usual. He's going to take it up the right side. Tries one juke, does. He's broken off 2 or 3 players before he gets all the way up to around the 38-yard line there.
Nice return by Walker there, staying shifty.
Puts him in a good
position.
Pretty quick. Like I was saying, I mean, last week against South, you saw like so many times the Lancers were pinned behind the 10-yard line and all the way down on their others, just kind of choked up onto themselves.
Yeah.
To where there was really no chance for offensive success. Tonight we've seen completely the opposite. I mean, they've been taking it around the 40 most drives, which is...
Both teams have had phenomenal, if no field positioning at all.
Oh, wow. Somehow Tony Friends makes something out of this screen and has a gain after a low pass.
Wow.
That's a great play. Tony Friends fooling everybody again as the wide receiver this time.
well-guarded play.
Another great juke there. And then another juke right there up the left side and makes his way out of bounds.
Barely gets around that corner. Great play by Friends there to salvage something out of a busted play.
Right. All right, they're going to have trips right now. Friends is out there with their wide receivers. Here's Bolin. Bolin back, kind of scouting a little bit into Preston Reynolds, into a pretty crowded defense. That's a great job by Brian Bolin. That's been his strong suit tonight for sure. In terms of throwing, he's done a great job with quick slants and kind of those curls that are inside.
Yeah, great medium pass by Bolin there.
Yeah, but I mean, we do only have 40 seconds, and we're seeing some of the East coaches next to us here in the booth getting a little aggravated with that. They need to get out of bounds.
Yeah.
Bolin, the target, and it is going to be called a flag there. It's going to be pass interference by the defense almost certainly, as Tommy Foster had a bit of a break there but was bumped and pulled just enough by that corner to have that be called that way. And it's going to stop the clock.
Yeah, saw the Eagles player get a little bit too physical. Foster had him beat, and he knew it.
Right.
So, I mean,
that's big.
That's a big play for East, making sure that salvaging as much time as they can.
Yeah.
So let's see where they put him.
Yeah, they're probably going to – it looks like they got him at around the 31-yard line. That's great positioning, and they got 30 seconds left in this game. Or in this half. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Friends in the slot again.
They do like that trip set where they stack 3 receivers on the left and then maybe pull out for a bit of a screen. But I also wouldn't be surprised to see a bit of a slant formation to kind of play the right side of the field as well. Here we go. Here's Bolin.
And he does. Yep, playing that
slant. Right to Preston Reynolds. Done a great job of getting away from number 4, Sylvester Union, at that corner position without pushing off of him or anything. He just did a great job getting out in front.
He just used his
Bolin
body.
Trusted him.
Yep. He got in front of him. Got a little bit physical, just making sure he's there to get the pass. Great connection there, and that'll give him a first down. The 18.
All right, here we go. Here's Bolin. 20 seconds left. He gives it to Long, and Long's not going to get much of anything. They're probably going to see a timeout from East here. Yep, we do, with 15.9 left in this first half. I mean, it was a bit of a surprising play call there. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I think they're confident in their medium passing ability, but I think that was a little bit too early.
Right.
They could have tried to maybe save one of those timeouts, just throw it out of bounds.
Right.
If necessary.
With that, I just meant in the sense that he's giving it to Cole Long with this little amount of time. I mean,
true.
Getting out of bounds at that point is going to be pretty tough.
Yeah.
They do have 1 timeout left, so they're certainly not dead in the water right now.
Oh, no.
With 15 seconds left.
They're only 18 yards away.
Yeah, exactly.
20 yards away. Yeah. So they don't need that big of a play to score here.
And it'll be interesting to see what they go with for that.
Yeah.
I mean, they've had a lot of different dynamic sets tonight, so.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they used some motion, maybe tried a little bit of confusion. Try to trick the Eagles, see if they get a man open.
All right, well, we'll see right now. As Bowen is in the shotgun there, it looks like he's got Cole Long on his side and trips set of wide receivers and Tony Friends on the left. Bowen looking left. Finds someone, he's in deep, Tony Friends just a bit higher than he could handle. Tony Friends still definitely got up there.
Yeah.
But, the pass just a little high, and we're going to be faced with the 3rd and quite a bit here. You can see that pass just a little over Tony Friends as he extends, like kind of acrobatic there, but falls down. Just a little bit disappointed there was Tony Friends after that pass.
Yeah, good effort there by Friends to
try to get up there.
He was open. At least Bolin overshot him. I think that's a good miss.
Right. Otherwise, you might be looking at a pick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's Bolin. Looking again left. Similar play to the last. And Tony Friends has the touchdown. The running back acting like a wide receiver there with the over-the-shoulder catch. And the Lancers put themselves on the board with 6 seconds left. This is pretty much the perfect scenario if you would have drawn one up for the Lancers right now. about 2 minutes ago, you're like, okay, what do we need to come out with? It's this.
Yeah.
As long as TJ LeBeer here can kick in this PAT and tie it up at 42, the Lancers are going into a half with an incredibly high-scoring game
As long
that has
as they're-
kind of been a battle of offenses. He's got it.
All right.
It looked pretty offset from here, but they're going to call it in. And
There we
so
go.
we are tied 42-42.
So now we get to see if the East special teams can make a stop, which is not something we usually have to worry about.
Yeah.
But in this case, we do.
Yeah.
6 seconds doesn't matter
Squib.
if it's alive.
Just
Yeah,
like
honestly,
squib, guys.
I think the onside kick is the way to go.
Yeah.
here.
I mean, there's just no reason to try to pin them back right now.
Especially when you've seen them get out of
Right.
situations.
And their offensive threat has been kind of it's been a gradual one. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I mean, they've had, of course, really big bursts of long offensive plays that have turned into touchdowns. But, I mean, putting them around the 45 is fine with 3 or 4 seconds left.
Yeah, because they don't go for explosive plays that
Right,
often.
and if they have to, East defense has got a chance to stop them. But right now, with this red-hot special teams unit that Olathe North is coming out with and these kick returners, they're going to have to bring something.
They need to take their job very seriously right now and not allow another score.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to bring him in for a timeout.
Yep, taking their final timeout, making sure they don't mess
Probably
up
worth
this,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty crucial. You definitely want to go. You want to leave this half tied after all that work. I mean, obviously, it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
Interested to see exactly what type of squib or onside they're going to go with here, or if they're going to go with that. I mean, I'm sure they will, but what kind of set they're going to have for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've got to try to get that football to bounce and bounce hard. Maybe we can get the Eagles to drop it.
Right.
Maybe just kick it directly at somebody, kind of line drive it. That sometimes works. We'll see what they do.
All right, here we go. TJ LeBeer here. And we'll see what the Lancers can do. And it's an onside, pretty short into the middle, and they're going to let it roll out of bounds. And the flag's going to be called fine positioning.
You know what? They did their job.
Right.
They did not allow a touchdown.
Although no time was shaved off, they've still got 6 seconds.
True. Not quite ideal.
Right, 6 seconds is a long high school football play.
Yeah.
So we'll see if they can kind of hold them to one, or what exactly it's going to look like.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of an interesting. What's going on? Are they bringing them back
There seems to be some confusion. Oh. I think he might decline it. I think their coach is declining the penalty.
coach is declining the penalty. That's bull. I'm
They're
never
opting.
really seeing that.
Huh?
How about that? I mean, it doesn't surprise me that much.
Yeah.
But
so you've got to guess TJ's just going to do the exact same thing.
I mean, I would. I mean, if they want to have a stakeout, then they can have a stakeout.
Yeah. TJ LeBeer with the kick.
And it's shorter this time.
And they
Caught
just
and
fall
immediately
on it.
down. And they're going to shave off a couple seconds, but they still got 4.6 left here for the offense to try to make something out of this. And, I mean, East defense, all you got to do, you just hold them out for 5 seconds.
Yep,
Don't let them score a
swat the
touchdown
ball.
for 5 seconds.
Tackle the
Yeah, I mean,
guy.
it's obvious. Logistics, like just get your stuff done right now.
Yeah.
And make sure that they come out of this half tied.
Yep. They've got 2 safeties back deep. I'm guessing the corners are playing very loose. Let them get a play off. Just get them down.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what the Eagles try to do. Looks like they're going to keep it with Bruce. Kind of a run-pass option possibility.
I could see this run up the right side being a thing. Let's see. Bruce going to take it up the left. Bruce has a bit of a hole, but doesn't for long, and the East defense did their job. Stopped them there, and we're going to come out of this half tied. It's going to be 42-42. Lancers tied with the Olathe North Eagles. And make sure to stay with us right now because we're going to show you this senior show here. The seniors are going to be walking out. And for the second half, as this has been a very explosive offensive game for both sides. So be sure to stick with us. We'll be right back for the second half.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Seniors out there, great tradition for football. This senior class has been a part of He's got a tall ball, doesn't he? 3, Tony Friend. The third is the team captain and plays running back and quarterback. Tony is escorted tonight by his parents, Latricia Sims and Tony Friend Jr. Tony's favorite football memory is when his grandpa betted his watch if Tony got 5 touchdowns. Tony got 6 touchdowns, but let his grandpa keep the watch. Number 4, Makai James. Defensive back, and is accompanied tonight by his father, Brian James, his aunt, Georgia Bryant, and his sister, Shell Maxie. Makai's favorite memory is when he won regional champs his junior year. Number 5, Cole Long, is a running back. With him tonight is his father, Jason Long. Cole loved being part of the football family and his teammates. Number 6, Coleman Wong, team captain and plays safety. Coleman is escorted tonight by his parents, Danica and Brad Wong, and his sister Lincoln. His favorite memory is playing Rockhurst 2 years ago. Number 9, Will Moore. Plays safety. Will is accompanied tonight by his parents, Linda and Fred Moore, and his brother Trip. Will's favorite memory is also when he played Rockhurst on Lancer Day, freshman year. Number 12, Max Tucker. With Max tonight are his parents, Angie and Matt Tucker, and his sisters, Grace and Lily Tucker. Max's favorite football memory is his 7th grade season. 7th grade season. Number 16, Ryan Boland, team captain and quarterback. Ryan's parents, Melanie and Patrick Boland. The entire 2018 JV football season is Ryan's favorite memory. Number 18, Adam Jollis, wide receiver. Adam's favorite memory is winning their first game after the 0-2 start this season. Number 23, Diego Harvey, cornerback. Diego's parents, Deborah and Ned, are here with him tonight. Regular season game versus Olathe North in 2018 is Diego's favorite football memory. Number 28, TJ LeVere, kicker. 2016, Notre Dame versus Texas Longhorns game with his dad is a night that Jack will never forget. Beautiful night, Texas won in double overtime. Number 54, Nate Jones, team captain and defensive tackle. Nate's parents, Sheila and Jerry Jones, are escorting him tonight. Nate's favorite memory is the junior year victory over Olathe North. Number 56, Thomas Spikeman, plays offensive guard. Donna, and his brothers, Ben, William, Peter, and Kristen Spikeman are accompanying him tonight. Thomas' fifth memory is the Rockers game and Thursday night pregame meeting for the Rockers year. Number 57, Joe Krause, is the kitty captain for the Joe's parents, Stephanie and Mike Krause, and sister Chloe Krause are escorting him tonight. Joe's favorite memory is from the senior float trip where the boys coined the phrase, do something funny or go to bed. Number 59, Kate Riggs, his parents, Shannon O'Hara and Pete Riggs, and his brothers, Kate's favorite memories of the senior float trip. Number 71, Parker Stepp, center, Parker's mother, Haley, Parker's favorite football memory is getting the Charlotte South game every year. Number 72, Cole Fisher, offensive tackle. Cole's parents, Jennifer and Blaine Fisher, escorting him tonight. Cole's favorite football memory is the sophomore football season. Number 87, Tommy Foster, tight end. His parents, Kate Foster, Greg Foster, his sister, Emily Foster, are here accompanying him tonight. Tommy's favorite football memory is the senior float trip. Number 89, Gibson Hobbs, nose guard. Gibson's parents, Joe Lynn, Kelly Hobbs, and Mr. Mackenzie Hobbs are with him tonight. Gibson's favorite memory is his first varsity play in the game against Harmon his junior year. Number 94, Kieran Kelly, kicker. Kieran is Sunday night by his mother, April Schmidt, and his stepfather, Trevor O'Grady. Kieran's favorite memory is working with Parker Willis, who taught him so many things about kicking, but also about being a great person and helping others. Number 41, Alex Carney, played receiver. In loving memory of their son, Beth and Chris Carney are with us this evening, representing Alex, honorary National Football Captain. Our senior's favorite memory of Alex is that he was always there to pick you up when something bad happened, and always there to celebrate when something good happened. We think of Alex often and miss him very much. Tonight's seniors would like to thank they are fans and sponsors, their support and encouragement over the years. Would you all please join me in a round of applause recognizing 2019 Shawnee Mission East Senior Lancers. Ladies and gentlemen, for your halftime entertainment, the Marching Lancers present the first half of the 2019 competition show titled Irish Rap. The show features powerful Celtic dance music and tells the story of the Will-o'-the-Wisp, featuring solos by Shelby Winter, flute, Anna Sophia Lahopri, flute, Christopher Short, Dave Ball, trumpet, Wesley Truster, violin, Gibby Buck, violin, Billy Campbell, synthesizer, and Josephine Cotton, dance band member and featured Irish dancers. Irish narration provided by Ian Byrne of the local folk rock band, The Elders. Drum majors, is your band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, your 2019 Marching
The only place,
Lancers.
setting is up there, we have that area that, behind the door there, coming up there, then you're right, well, I guess if it falls over. Yeah, Laura had some of these fans. Some of these kids in the city, over
mesmerized by their whistles and promises, yet no matter how long or how fervently they roll, they never quite touch the beautiful beacons whose flickering lights eventually fade and disappear, leaving the inquisitors, the dreamers, and the truth seekers lost and alone.
I'd go to GMS with them. Waving his hands and boom, and off he goes. I told that to John Pell. He fell hard. Yeah. He was down in the corner, and I was trying to film that. I wanted to watch it all the way through. They came on and did the corner. There's a lot higher. Ours would be like a step ladder. He's like waving his hands, the next thing you see fall over the edge.
When night's dark mantle has discovered a hole, a common fire, many a victim has seen.
Lancers are directed by Alex Teffer and Emily Babcock. Drum majors are Shelby Winter, Mackenzie Cluster, and Max Steelberger. Percussion instructor is Kevin Long. Lancer dancers are coached by Alexis Close. Lancer dancer captains are Amelia Cooperberg, Lauren Decker, and Casey Salton. Lancer Football Gridiron Club would like to recognize the following sponsors. Presenting sponsors: Chick-fil-A, State Line Admissions, Leslie and Forrest White. Platinum sponsors: Tom Ward Family, Holmes Murphy Insurance. The next gold sponsors: Johnny's Tavern, Coach Tina Strike Doctor, 96 Distance, You're the Boss LLC. Phyllis on attendance. If you have a Lancer Gridiron t-shirt, remember to stop by Chick-fil-A and get your free drink and food service throughout the school year. Go to Corn's Johnny's after every game to celebrate. Let your server know you are a Lancer football fan and Johnny will donate 20% of your bill back to the football program. First National Bank, proud to partner with the Shawnee Mission School District. With 7 branches in Fairway, Overland Park, Shawnee, and Olathe, First National Bank, full service banking, and a superior customer experience. Find out how we put you first at a First National Bank branch today or online at fnbk.com. First National Bank, a proud supporter of the Shawnee Mission School District, member FDIC.
I got my newer bus. I'm happy. I got a single out. I did that early, so there's some trips that I don't want to do Well, it used to be all the time I get these texts from, "What are you working tonight, Steve?" Yeah. You got a dog that's he does a lot of That's why I say he got so much disability with him. He started working too much on that. He had like $2,400 a month. That's good, yeah. Lost his insurance, finally got back to insurance. You know, have your insurance and you have $2,400. I think so much of that. He said it wasn't. I asked him. I don't think I'm just I have the numbers for it, but they're like 3 to 6 months ago. So you can work. Yeah, for once, you quarantined, not been working well anymore. That's why I contacted him and said, I want you to file for
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shawnee Mission East Harbinger live broadcast. My name is Ben Henschel alongside Ty Browning tonight, and we are bringing you a battle of offenses. That's really what it's been tonight. 42 all, and it's only the first half there. But, I mean, really both offenses showing what they can do. East has opened up their pass game, which they really haven't done all year, to the extent that they've done tonight. And we've seen a pretty relentless Olathe North offense from quarterback and pretty much running back Arlen Bruce, and an incredible
squib kick.
Nearly missed. And that's another thing. The past 2 kick returns they've had, other than to end the first half, they had 2 kick return touchdowns in a row.
Yep, the Eagles were able to return 2 kicks for touchdowns, to the point where the offense didn't have to do anything for a couple possessions. So good for the Lancers there. No return touchdown.
Right. I mean, the fact that that's a metric is a little concerning at points, but I mean, they've had a good enough offense tonight to really offset any of the tribulations they've had there. All right, here we go. Handoff to Bruce, who's been the main force for the Olathe North offense tonight, and we can see a little bit more of it there. Looks like he gained around 6 or 7 yards there.
Yep, using him as a running back there. Not a bad idea. I mean, he just goes right through anybody.
Right, and I mean, this first half, it was really interesting. Arlen Bruce started out as kind of the lone quarterback. They started bringing in number 12, Jackson Sarver. They have him in right now. But, I mean, they've kind of got 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
It's a heck of an offense to really explore there. Again, the handoff to Bruce. Bruce trying to find a hole. Does, and gains a couple yards. It's still going to be short.
Well,
Depends on where they put him.
Giving him a very, very generous.
That's a generous spot. It'll still be 3rd down, though. Oh, no, they're moving him.
They're giving him the first down there.
Interesting call. First down, though. Or first down there for Olathe North. And, I mean, it's all been that run game from Arlen Bruce.
And what's even worse is that Bruce is just a junior.
Right. All right, here comes Bruce. Taken down really quickly there, though. by Shawnee Mission East. It looks like that was number 11, Lee Marshall, on the tackle. He's been a driving force for this Lancer defense throughout the whole year.
Great stop there by Marshall. Limited him to 2 yards. It's probably one of his shorter gains tonight.
Right. And I mean, East came off of a pretty great defensive game last week. You could argue that it was just 2 weak offensive games, but they had a great game against South. All right, here's Arlen Bruce running again with a passion. Pushes back the entire defense and offensive line just a few yards there. It's going to be around 3rd and 4 here. And I mean, this is a pretty big 3rd down. I haven't seen Olathe North at a 3rd down position in a while.
Yeah.
In this game.
I mean, they haven't really had to deal with offense in a
Right.
while. But
True.
but yeah, they haven't had any pressured situations.
All right, Sarver takes the ball inside. There's Bruce. Bruce jumping.
Oh my!
And
So
I mean, what an effort! That's a great effort there at the end. But are they going to give him the first?
It looks like the ref closest to us is saying he's very short, and I think that's what they're going to put him in. I think that was the right call.
That's great placement
and that'll
for
be
East.
Fourth and a couple, I believe.
All right, well, we'll see what they go with here.
And
they're getting the entire student section riled up. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a run to Bruce right up the middle. That's exactly what this is. Yeah, I'll bet anything, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, they're going to call a timeout to make sure.
Yep.
But we've got a huge 4th down here and 2. And they got the student section into it a little bit. But, I mean, this is really where the game could change.
Yep.
Because right now, I mean, at least the Lancers started off. They scored the touchdown first. So they were up by 7, and they always kind of had that edge, considering it's basically just been a trade-off of touchdowns between each game. There haven't been many drives where a team hasn't really scored. So East had that edge. And then there was a fumble from Tony Friends early on in the first half, which then led Olathe North to go down and score. So then they've had the edge, right? They've had that 1 touchdown edge. If East can take the ball right now and go down and score, I mean, that's pivotal for the rest of this game. And, I mean, obviously East is coming in as the underdog, so that would be huge right now for them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it'd be huge for the defense, and it'd be a good confidence booster for the offense, you know, knowing that maybe they can stop these Eagles. Looks like they brought Parrish in, so they'll have Bruce running quarterback probably.
All right, here they go. Bruce up the middle, and he's got it and more.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think anybody's that surprised there. Bruce, I mean, obviously the ability throughout the game to kind of basically get a solid 5 yards whenever they really need it.
At least 4 or 5 yards on nearly every carry. Yeah, Bruce is just an incredible runner, very hard to bring down.
And, I mean, that's the main player we were looking for tonight from Olathe North anyway, coming in, and he's not disappointed on their end. Okay, here we go. Bruce gives it off to a backup. And, I mean, Parrish comes in with the same ferocity.
Yeah.
I mean, jeez.
And they let you know
a lot of depth.
Bruce is not their only weapon.
And we can see Parrish here on the replay coming in. Just that speed right there. He had all the Lancer defenders around him. It's just that added acceleration and speed there that really kept him untouched until later. And now they're down at the 20-yard or 15-yard line here. All right, here we go. Takes it.
Wow.
And brought down there.
Immediately hit by Cade Eldred. Great job breaking through that line and disrupting that play.
I mean, yeah, and that's one of the first times I've really seen a loss.
Yeah, that's one of very, very few negative plays. Great job by the Lancers defense getting that stop right after the big gain. We'll see if they can keep him contained.
All right, here he takes the snap. Bruce up the right side, trying to find a hole. Powers through and gets a few yards there, and it'll be enough to make it around a third and 6 here, looks like, for the Lancers.
And I mean, you see that Bruce is just not being touched.
No.
The blocking for Olathe North is incredible, to where he's getting 5 yards untouched. and then he fights for another 5. And
Yeah,
that's an easy
I mean,
10 yards.
yeah, the play doesn't really start to become a problem until 5 yards down.
Mm-hmm.
All right, handoff. Here's Parrish again. Parrish finding a hole and powers his way in for a touchdown. And that is, I mean,
Not what you're
what can
looking
you say?
for.
Yeah. What can you say? It's something that East really needed to crack down on at the half, was to make sure they had a strategy for this run game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've been almost entirely reliant on the run game. I think if you can throw a couple interesting and kind of curveball blitzes at them right now, you do it, because that's really what this game is calling for right now.
And especially when what you've been doing has not been working.
Right.
At all. PAT is good, and the Eagles will retake that lead once again. So, Lancers not in an unfamiliar position, but not necessarily in their ideal
Exactly.
one. So, they're just hoping their offense can rally once again. And
Yeah, kind of
keep it
come into
going.
their own. But, I mean, something's got to give here if East wants to retake this game. Again, like I was saying in that first half, really it's about turnovers to me, because I don't see a way that East is all of a sudden going to come up with a magical plan to stop Bruce and to stop this kind of six-headed offense that can come at you in so many ways and so effectively. Really, they've got to rely on making sure they're giving that extra punch at the ball, that extra coverage for passes that really would lead to turnovers, because I really don't think you stop them all 4 downs from getting 10 yards. This offense is just too powerful.
Yeah.
So we're really going to have to see something like that from East, or else it's just going to keep being the same way, and Olathe North's going to be on top by the end of the game.
Yep, I mean, we've seen through 7 drives that the Eagles can score.
Yeah. All right, well, here's the kick. And it's going to bounce out of bounds before Jerry Walker can take a shot at the kick return there. And we're going to see East offense.
Yeah, good field position, taking it at the 45, I believe.
Yeah, around there.
Or 35.
Yeah, 35 here for East offense. That's about where they've been starting most plays anyway.
Yep. Looks like they're going to start it out with Friends and Long in the backfield.
Yeah, we kind of see that one side block. We've seen that a couple times tonight. All right, Bowen takes the snap, gives it immediately to Tony Friends. Friends trying to power through, and he does.
Wow.
Carrying some defenders there. He probably made about a 1-yard gain into about 4. Wait, hold on. Towards the end there, we saw the ball drop. No real call by the refs.
They never whistled it down.
I didn't see him whistle it down. I assume that they're going to give it to East here, though. Yeah, they're going to give it to East here.
Yep.
But, yeah, like we were saying, I mean, the 4 yards on a run, I mean, that's exactly what you want. That's comfortable.
Yeah.
They've just got to make sure that they're keeping that rate up, because, I mean, it did slip towards that first half.
Yeah.
All right, here's Bowen here. Gives it off to Cole Long. Cole Long trying to make something out of it and can't quite get anywhere with it. Probably about a 3rd and 5 now for East after a gain of about 1.
Yeah, they need to convert here. I think short passes are going to be their savior.
Yeah.
Let Bowling get the ball out quick, because the Hawks are going to bring the pressure.
All right. They're there on the huddle. I mean, yeah, those quick slants, maybe some of the curls that we've seen. Preston Reynolds has been the heavy target tonight on that right side. Number 24, Preston Reynolds, you can see. Top of your screen. All right. Bowen here in the shotgun. The pass. Great pass and catch. Looks like that was to number 7, Ben Bikeman. And East is moving.
Yep.
That's a first down.
Great little quick slant. And, there's a flag on the play.
Oh, man.
Quite possibly looking at a pick, maybe? There wasn't really one that I saw.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what they call here. Personal foul.
On the defense.
Unnecessary roughness?
On the defense.
On the defense.
How about that? East offense is now moving. A bit of a momentum change there.
Yeah. Nice.
I mean, now they're up.
Added 15 yards. You know, I mean, they're still down by 7. Still got a little ways to go, but they're 40 yards away and 35 yards away.
All right, here's Tony Friends trying to find another hole there. Can't quite. And he's brought down a yard or two before the line of scrimmage, so we're going to probably see a 2nd and 12 now after that one.
Whatever gap there was closed very, very quickly.
Exactly.
So we'll see if East tries to, you know, mix up their play calling a little bit or kind of keep with what's working. But we'll see. They've still got Friends and Long in the backfield.
Yeah. All right. Well, if Bowen takes the snap, looking, finds Cole Long, rocked very quickly there.
Poor
hard
blocking.
hit there. Looks like that was number 40, AJ Patillo there for North.
Good job reading that and sticking on his man, shutting down the screenplay quickly.
Yeah, I mean, quick slants that you've been doing that have been working. Either that or a curl back that we've seen a lot of the time from someone like Preston Reynolds. All right, here's Bolin. Fires, caught, and somehow held on to by Cole Long.
You can't.
I mean, they've got to go for it. Yeah.
You got to get a touchdown here. You got to put 7 points on the board if you want to stick in this game. They're putting Tony Friends out in the slot.
Bolin takes the snap. Looking, searching, pick! Throws it right to the defense. And here comes Olathe North, taken out of bounds. That's number 30, Noah Palmer there. And Olathe North is right back with the momentum, with a 7-point lead, and with the ball.
And that's where the quick slants bites him.
Right.
Telegraphed that one a little bit too much and jumped the route.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of eye movement. You saw some pressure coming in from the side there. Bolin reacted a bit to it and pulled the trigger a bit quicker than he probably should have. But, I mean, he's had a great night tonight. I mean, it's just about regrouping mentally, coming back and really settling down on this next offensive drive and really banking on your defense to do something right now because, I mean, this North offense has been unstoppable.
Yeah. No, they need to do something different.
Yeah, here's Bruce at the right side, taken down.
Not after a gain of about 2.5 yards.
Yeah, it looks like that was Cade Eldred on the takedown there, but yeah, 2.5 yards before he could really be stopped.
So on the shorter end of Olathe North's plays, but still positive yardage.
Exactly.
So they've got both Sarver and Bruce out there.
All right, here he is. The immediate trigger is pulled. Oh, he gets past the corner. That's number 4, Sylvester Union again, and gets a pretty long gain there after just shorting outside of the corner there. Jukes him off, and yeah, the corner just pulled in just a bit too much. Had him beat, and that's a long first down for Olathe North.
Quick little corner out.
Right. You'd hate to be presumptuous right now, but I mean, at this point, Olathe North has enough momentum. If they go score, this game is not looking good for the Lancers. They've really got to make sure they slow them down. All right, well, there's Bruce. And Bruce taking it all the way.
Into the end zone.
And that's a touchdown. He's almost like a cheat code.
Yeah.
Arlen Bruce, the 4th, putting up, I believe, what is his 4th touchdown of the night. It could be his 5th. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was his 4th touchdown of the night. Really kind of a one-man offense, and I mean, they've got more.
Yeah.
Like, it's been incredibly tough for East to slow down, and they were really reliant upon their offense to offset the productivity that we've seen from Olathe North, but really it's starting to show cracks.
Yeah, and you were talking about those turnovers, huge momentum shifters, and that's just taking them out.
And it's no good on the PAT, though. Which could prove to be significant. But, I mean, yeah, like you were saying, I really don't see it. I mean, East has, over the total span of the year, they've 6 forced turnovers as opposed to including those 2 that were there tonight. So 10 total turnovers that they've given away and 6 that they've taken. So, I mean, not a great ratio there, but I mean, if they're gonna add any turnovers to that list, it needs to be tonight.
Yeah.
Because this Olathe North offense is something to be reckoned with, and certainly one that East hasn't really reckoned with at this point, or really had a solid strategy to do that to.
Yeah, I mean, the Lancers aren't playing poorly. They just cannot figure out how to bring down Bruce, which seems to be pretty tough.
Exactly. All right, well, we'll see here if the Lancers can make something on offense, maybe get some momentum back so it doesn't look like they're playing catch-up as much. And Olathe North did show a bit of a vulnerability in missing that PAT, so that could prove to be something if East does do kind of what we were talking about there and turn things around on offense. All right, here's the kick. It's going to be just a bit short of Jerry Walker, instead taken by number 17, Tate Moody, and he'll make his way towards around the 32 before being taken down. And here comes this East offense. I mean, if you're Ryan Boland, you've had an incredible night most of the night. You can't really go out there with your head low. I mean, certainly probably start with an inside run to Tony Friends, but I don't think they really need to hesitate right now in terms of the offensive pass game because he's been so solid.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think they should probably take a shot now.
Right.
But it would make sense to let your quarterback, recover.
Right. Yeah. All right, well, here's Tony Friends. Friends finds a hole. Friends working up the right side of the field using his speed, and he's all the way down to the 23-yard line, and that was the play he needed right there.
There it is.
All right, and you can see on the replay here as he broke out of the Olathe North defense, making his way up the right side at the top left of your screen there, and finally pushed out around the 23-yard line. East is working here, and they've got a clear first down with around 20-some to go before a touchdown.
Nice explosive burst from Friends to get through that line and find some daylight.
Yeah, it stacks up pretty well with his longest run of the year, which is 69 yards.
The handoff
nearly fumbled. Nearly a turnover.
Nearly a lost fumble, and that's scary. Luckily, Boland jumped on the ball, but those are not the mistakes you want to be making at this point in the game.
Those. Yeah.
Just a slight bobble of the handoff there between Boland and Friends. Friends still in the backfield with Boland.
All right, here we go. We've got 3 wide receivers on the left. Boland takes the snap, looking, fires it into Preston Reynolds right into that window. Good throw and great catch by Preston Reynolds to make sure he secured it instead of just turning and running. And they've got about a 3rd down and 4 or 5 here. Facing another 3rd down situation. I mean, they haven't had a great turnover or 3rd down rate this year. It's only been 36%. I mean, we'll see what they can do.
Yeah,
but
this game they haven't been too bad on 3rd downs.
They've been doing a good job of kind of moving. All right, here's Bowen. Takes the snap. Give to Tony Friends. Friends trying to find a hole. And looks like he popped out of the other end, and that's a 1st down.
There we go.
And East offense is moving once again, kind of like they were in the first half, those big explosive plays feeding into some smaller but still substantial offensive plays. Something that East has done really well this game. A complete foil from last week, right? We saw a 14-6 win over Shawnee Mission South. But, I mean, about as slow of an offensive game as you can really see.
Yeah, they really couldn't get anything going. Really was in opponent's territory.
Boland picked off. Throws another pick. That's number 37. Abram Phillips there.
Yikes.
Right.
Worst case scenario for the East offense there. Another huge momentum just shift in favor of Olathe.
Yeah, I mean,
and at that point, if the defense continues to do what it's done and let Bruce run over,
right? I mean, it's more of what Olathe North has done offensively. Like, I mean, I haven't seen a defense that East has played this year that would really be able to handle this Olathe North offense either.
Oh no.
All right, here we go. Bruce trying to find a hole or some room there. Doesn't really. Pretty good defense there.
There we go.
Minute 20 left in the third quarter here. If you're just joining us, welcome to the Shawnee Mission Harbinger live broadcast. My name is Ben Henschel alongside Ty Browning. It's been a battle of offenses tonight. Incredibly high scoring. I mean, when you think about going into the end of the half at 42 all, and then you start thinking about an 84 final, it's like, what in the world? But obviously, I think both offenses have kind of slowed down, especially East. Well, I mean, pretty much just East, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's Bruce running like he has been, and with an incredible.
Getting another first down.
Right. He's run with some incredible spirit. I mean, because he's calculated. He tries to find a hole or a bit of a fault in East defense, but once he does, it's been hard to really see a player this year in kind of my watching that's been so explosive at that point. Like when you see that fault and then attacking it, the time between the decision and the time between the run is just so small. It's kind of baffling.
He's incredibly quick at making decisions.
Right. Here's Bruce again. He's going to take it himself.
And
running up the middle, and nobody's going to stop him. It looks like Bruce is up the middle, trying to go up the left, trying to find his way, and passes Diego Harvey. That's a touchdown for Olathe North, and they are running away with this game, literally.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's really just been Arlen to Bruce the fourth, and I mean that has been their guy. 5 or possibly 6. I think it's 5 touchdowns here, just in this game, and I mean it's tough to see this type of an offense, and I mean East type of a defense. It's demoralizing as a defense. I mean you kind of sit there and you take all those hits and you're like, dang, it's tough.
Yeah, and it looks like the Eagles will be going for 2 here.
Yep, and it's Bruce, and he's gonna.
Yep.
Looks like he was. Yep, and he gets it. So
punched his way in.
They've offset their probably one major fault on the offensive side. Just then, I mean, I can't really name another other than maybe a 4th down that they had. But I mean, really, it's just been nothing but offensive. Just incredibly high tempo. High momentum offense that's really fed into the defense. I was wondering at what point East was going to give, if they were the ones to give. And, I mean, it seems as though, and I mean offensively, considering North has just been on this upward rise offensively. But, I mean, East's offense finally showing faults.
Yeah, I mean, East was rolling there for a while, but, I mean, we haven't seen this level of offensive output at all this year.
Right.
So for them to kind of come out and explode during that first half was shocking enough. So not surprising to see the Lancers falter. But you know, I think that's just what happens when you've got a playmaker like Bruce.
I mean, and not just that, but an entire offense behind him,
paired with amazing blocking and solid receivers and a pretty solid throwing quarterback as well.
Right, aside from him. Like, they've just got so many options to where, and so many good options to where when you've got a depth chart like that, it's really tough to combat it as a defense.
Yeah, nearly impossible, as we've seen.
All right, well, there's the kick, a high flyer, and they're probably just going to takes it instead. Makes his way up and gets around to the 27 or 28-yard line. Not really worth leaving that ball in case an Olathe North player would have come up and grab it.
Yeah.
Because that would have pretty much put the game away if they would have taken the ball at that point.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be thinking down by 3 scores with a defense that's exhausted.
Right.
Can't do anything. You know, East they're not feeling too hot right now.
No.
But I think they just got to go out there and continue to play their game.
All right, well, here's Bolin now. Slings it over to Ben Bikeman, trying to find something with the screen, and isn't going to find anything. Taken down really hard there by it looks like number 41, Nolan Gray there, the linebacker for Olathe North.
Yeah, no, good read by the defense. You can tell who has all the momentum.
Right.
As we go into the fourth quarter.
And I mean, yeah, it's been a bit difficult for the Lancers thus far in this third quarter. This has been the main quarter of change. But we're going to see what they do in this fourth quarter. But we're going to take a short break until then. Please stay with us for this last fourth quarter as we might see some offensive spark from the Shawnee Mission East Lancers if we can. Well, welcome back. Here we are, Ryan Bowen in the shotgun. Takes it, looking left the whole time, a little bit overthrown and taken down. Looks like it was right on the verge of pass interference, but it wasn't. This was a pretty high flyer by Ryan Bowen.
Looking for Bikeman there. The Hawks there, the Eagles were really bringing the blitz there, trying to get after Bowen. Luckily, Bowen was able to get that one off. So it will be 4th and 10 for the Lancers. And, you know, if the game wasn't already over, you got to assume if the Eagles get the ball back.
Right, and they can do something with it, then we're looking at that. All right, here's the punt from Shawnee Mission East. Up and high. Taken in stride with Olathe North and taken down nearly by Kate Eldred, but then have to be wrapped up by a second East defender. And Olathe North already in East territory.
Yeah,
here.
Lathan Patia with a return there. And you got to assume with a tired East defense, you know, the Eagles shouldn't have too much problem picking apart.
Right.
Just getting consistent yardage. Maybe breaking off another long touchdown with Bruce.
We've got all the momentum right now. I mean, it's just about East's will right now. If they can really step up and stop something.
I mean,
in the biggest of doubts. And there's the throw right up the middle and complete there. It looks like a throw from number 12, Jackson Sarver, up to number 4, Sylvester Union. And North is moving the chains.
And that's where you see, even if you do account for the run, they can still pass it.
Right, they can still tear you apart in other ways. All right, well, here's a first down for Olathe North. Sarver takes the ball. Fakes it, looks deep instead, and somehow caught.
Oh, my goodness.
Was it? Yep, they call it a touchdown. And Olathe North's offense has put on probably the best offensive game I have seen this entire year.
Yeah, they have scored on every single offensive possession they've had, I believe.
Right. No, there hasn't
incredible.
been a miss.
That is
crazy.
Absolutely incredible. And if they make this PAT, they will have completed their 10th touchdown.
I mean, yeah, and it's not even a testament to how close this game was 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Like, this game was neck and neck, 42-all going into the half, and it's been nothing but Olathe North offense ever since then.
Yep. East gave up one, and then they couldn't stop it. And the Eagles will have a 28-point lead with 11 minutes left in this game. I think we've all got an idea of what's likely to happen at this point, but I mean, it's not about that. It's about
really kind of having some faith in your guys right now. Obviously on senior night, if you're Shawnee Mission East, you're not just going to sit there and be like, okay, woe is me, we're going to lose on senior night. They're going to put it all out there, and they have to.
They have to, or else they will probably be running a lot more.
Right, and I mean, that's a damper on
practice.
your pride as well. Like coming out there and then kind of getting clapped down the second half.
Yeah,
I don't know.
especially after a impressive first half. You know,
Right.
They kind of got their spirits up and then dashed completely.
Right.
But, you know, that's what happens when you've got somebody who you really just can't tackle.
It doesn't even seem like high school ball. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just incredible running by Arlen Bruce IV. So we'll see what they can do here. If East's offense can get anything moving. All right, there's the kick. Over to Jerry Walker. Very far kick. And it's going to barely pass and
Wow.
be called the touchback. Just about perfect, though.
Yeah, very nearly just sitting on the 1 yard line. That would be incredible. Forcing Jerry Walker to go get that. Nail in the coffin.
Right.
Yeah, East will get the ball at the 20-yard line. You know, I think they're just trying to put a drive together. They're trying to maybe get something going, you know. Who knows? Maybe try something out for next week.
Yep. All right, well, here's the handoff to Tony Friends. Friends finds a hole up the right side. Friends cutting around and finally steps out at the 40. Well, I mean, there's something.
There we go, yeah. Great play by Friends, finding a gap, good blocking, was able to get on the edge and get some great yardage out of it.
Right.
Put him right at the 39-yard line.
19-yard gain on the play. First down, Lancers at the 39.
All right, well, I mean, just kind of the same old. We'll see what the Lancers can do. Obviously, off 2 consecutive picks by Ryan Bowen, we'll see if they're going to go back to the pass game. They're probably going to have to at some point, but we'll see how long it is before they are. Again, to Tony Friends at the right side. He's going to be stopped pretty quickly, so he runs out of bounds. No gain, quite a bit of a loss, actually.
Looks like it's going to be,
Yeah,
about 5
about
yards
5.
there.
Yeah.
2nd and 15 for the Lancers.
That's just, yeah. I mean, it took a quick turn for the worse. Pretty quickly, right as that third quarter started.
Yep, right when Bowling threw that interception, that was kind of the beginning of the end.
Right. All right. Well, here's Tony Friends trying to get past that line of scrimmage and can't quite. So going to be stopped up there.
Maybe a gain. Nope. Looks like they're going to put them right about where they were, so it should be about 3rd and 15. 10 minutes, about 10 minutes left in the game. You know, there's not much the Lancers can do here.
Not that I can see. I mean, I hate to be that pessimistic, but I mean, I think the Lancers are really looking at a tough situation right now. Bolin, left side, slings it over to Bikeman. Great throw by Bolin, and he'll be carried over, and that's a first down.
Yeah, great play by Bikeman to fight for those extra yards. Nice little spin move.
Good throw by Bolin as well.
Yeah. Yeah, nice
Good job
play.
to bounce back from those picks. Probably gain some confidence there. I mean, if they can't win tonight, they can at least work their offense a little bit and really get some game time experience. Try to see what they can do. Find their extents.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if the other team didn't have a dynamic playmaker, the Lancers put up 42 points this game.
Right.
Which is incredible, especially for a Lancers offense that has had some trouble this year.
Yeah.
There's Friends running into a wall, getting nothing there. But, you know, tough loss for the Lancers, but I think they'll learn from it, you know, maybe bounce back.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they go next, but yeah. Well, here's Bolin. Shotgun, he's got a trip set on the right. Bolin scouting. Looks like he was going to try to fire deep. Takes it himself, runs, and gets some yardage there as Ryan Bolin takes it.
Yeah, nice little 8-yard gain.
Yeah.
Good scramble.
And we're going to be seeing about a 3rd and 1 or 2 here.
32.
Friends in the backfield with Bolin. Short pass, gets
And
it
caught.
out. Complete.
Looks like that's what, Tommy Foster there? Nope, that's Ben Bikeman.
Yeah.
Ben Bikeman
Oh.
stumbling, limping a little bit. Probably going to need to see a breather here.
6-yard gain play, another first down.
Yeah, Ben Bikeman hobbling off the field. They're looking for a replacement.
Looks like they're gonna.
Bring in number 18, Adam Jolis, it looks like. Interesting.
Yeah, Jealous has not seen a lot of play time this year.
All right, we'll see. All right, he's got a trip set on the right. Bolin takes the snap, looking, trying to scan, trying to find someone on the right. Can't. He's going to be scrambling again. Tipped and picked. There it is. And finally stumbled down after a hit by number 60, Jack Moeller. But, I mean, that throw wasn't entirely Bolin's fault. It was tipped, so the pick wasn't necessarily all him. But, I mean, that's tough to come off of, especially on 3 drives, 3 interceptions. It's tough for this Lancer offense. Definitely a sour pill to swallow. And they've got 8 minutes and 25 seconds left here. Down 28 to the Eagles.
Yeah.
It's just all around. It's all around just tough.
Yep. You know, there are games like this where you don't really expect to be able to compete, and then you kind of come out and
Look, we're right neck and neck, and then all of a sudden it becomes apparent to why they were such heavy favorites. I mean, it's just a relentless offense and a defense that holds its own.
Yeah, and you've got Sarver out by himself.
And he's going to give it away. It looks like number 9, Corey Lawson there. Lawson taking it with some speed, jukes, and finally taken down around the 26-yard line. That's some explosive running there.
Wow, yeah, and again, we see that that Bruce is not the only playmaker on this offense, and they can really hit you at so many different places.
Yeah.
So the clock will keep running.
All right, here we go.
Another one.
Little pitch handoff, but this one doesn't really work.
Trying to get it to Parrish, but
Looks like number 54, Nate Jones, in the takedown.
Quickly shut down there. Yeah. Good job by East not to get burned by the same play twice. Yeah. Just got to contain them at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you want to keep the score low. You want to make sure that you're mitigating the havoc that Olathe North has really kind of been bringing on offense. So
it's also kind of more of a pride thing.
Right. I mean, you don't want to let someone score on you every drive of the entire game. You really want to make sure you can at least keep that down.
Yeah.
Okay, give to...
That was trying to get to Bruce again, but that was shut down quickly by the East defense there.
Yeah, good job by East defense. They have been keeping Bruce a little bit more contained this second half, certainly. Or, well...
Except for his...
His
2 long breakaway runs.
that is true. I mean, as of late, they've gone to other options, but, I mean, you are right. I think this Lancer defense really... I resort to saying that because, I mean, you think that there's some break in it, but really there just hasn't been.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to see a player so dominant.
And there's another great pass by Starver.
Yeah, not much that can be said about that. Hard to
They're just
defend
driving
that.
down. Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to unpack because really there isn't anything to. I mean, the Lancers are really just kind of really being run down right now by Olathe North's just extremely composed and high-tempo offense that really doesn't take a breather. And when they do take a breather, it's calculated, and it's still about 5 or 6 yards. Okay, here's Bruce. Trucks someone kind of, and then is taken down pretty shortly afterwards.
Short gain of about 4 yards again.
Unfortunately, that we got to call that short.
Yeah.
Face down with a 2nd and goal here. We're on the 5-yard line. It looks like a 4-yard line.
Clock ticks below 6 minutes as we see Olathe North just kind of winding down.
Right, and I think this is just more about experience right now. You try to test some things out for offense. All right, here we go. Here's a run there. It looks like number 40, AJ Patillo, makes his way forwards. So we are going to be seeing a 3rd down and goal.
Yep. See if the Lancers can stop them. Looks like they've got their linebacker in it as their running back at this point. Nope, there's Bruce out there as well. Linebacker could be in there for blocking. So 3rd down on the 2-yard line. I mean, you got to imagine Bruce is going to be in the backfield.
Well, there it is. Bruce hands it off to Patillo. Untouched. Walks in. I mean, what more can be said? Olathe North, just an incredibly dominant offense. Shawnee Mission East just having trouble really keeping up. And I mean, to kind of recap, we saw 2 offenses that were unstoppable. Then the first half came to a close. Beginning of the second half was when we really start to see Olathe North really essentially be alone in that statement, where both offenses are kind of just killing it all around.
Yeah.
And then we start to see East falter.
Yeah. Yeah, first half we see both offenses kind of dominate their defenses, and then second half you just see complete and utter domination by Olathe North. Yeah. And East just gets set back by a couple turnovers, and I mean there's no coming back.
And I mean Olathe North obviously put up 35 in this second half, and I mean they put up 42 the first half, and those are just incredibly high numbers.
And they're well on pace to put up another 42 this half if they get the ball back. We'll see how much time's left on the clock by that point. We'll see if East can just kind of take this drive down, finish the game.
It's just as interesting to think if East even had a strategy that would have worked to stop them. Like, I mean, if there was even anything they could do at that point. I don't know.
I mean, it's just hard when you can't tackle him.
Yeah.
You can't get your hands on this guy.
Bruce, no.
You know, it's just difficult when it's complete and utter domination.
Right.
And your defense is just getting worn down. Kickoff.
Well, there's the kick. Jerry Walker taking it back here up the left side, trying to find something, and stopped pretty quickly. They're going to call it forward progress around the 23-yard line. East offense can come out here, take it nice and slow, try to melt this clock down so that way they're not letting more points come on the board. But really, this is kind of where you work out some of the kinks in the offense, try some alternate plays, see if but by alternate I don't mean anything crazy, but just enough of a digression to kind of learn and try to work something out.
Yeah, I mean, this game is done. Might as well try something fun.
Exactly. And I mean something constructive too.
Yeah.
All right, well, here's Tony Friends trying to find a hole, skipping through, and gets around 5 or 6 yards there. Good run by Tony Friends.
Yeah, nice gain on first down. Good patience, following his blocks, waiting for that gap.
Yeah, I mean, Tony Friends has been such a pivotal role of this offense this entire year. And I mean, at least today we saw a lot of the shift go to Ryan Bullen in the passing game, and they were so solid right up to around the mid-third quarter.
Yeah.
All right, here's Cole Long taking it. Going to get a couple yards, brought down. The defense kind of helped them there, move forward.
Like they're going to give them the first down.
Yeah.
Probably a favorable ball placement there for the Lancers.
Right.
But good push by Long to really put that extra effort into it, get across that line.
Exactly.
It's easy to just give up when you're in points like this, so it's good to see the Lancers still putting in their all.
Yep. All right, well, here's another give. Cole Long this time. The juke getting all the way up to around the 47-yard line.
Yeah, great run. Huge gap to begin with, and he hit it really cleanly.
Right. Not just about running hard, but I mean the lineman obviously cut his work out for him there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they gave him a path, and he followed it.
All right, well, we'll see here what Bowen and the offense decide to try out. There's a little screen pass caught there by Tony Friend. Spins off of him, making his way forwards and taken out around the 46-yard line. He stepped out, which will stop the clock at around 3 minutes and 29 seconds left. Lancers down 42-77 to Olathe East.
Very, very unfavorable spot. They're going to pretty much give him no forward progress at all.
That's
even though it
interesting.
seemed like he got at least a yard or two.
Yeah.
So it will be 2nd and 10.
And I mean, this is just a quick update. But I mean, these are the most points SME football, varsity football, has ever given up.
Wow. I mean, when the Eagles score every single possession, it makes sense.
Right. I mean, all time, this is the most they've ever given up. It's just an incredibly interesting game to watch. Olathe North really not even seeing a single obstacle on offense, and I mean, East's offense is human. Like they've made those mistakes that most high school offenses have made. Olathe North just hasn't.
Yeah. And we see Tony Friends going off the field. That'll probably be it for him.
Yeah. All right. Well, looks like they're gonna convert the first down, but there's a flag.
And it looks like they'll be bringing it back.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's just such a quick game transition there into something that wouldn't be a tenable win. I mean, you can probably hear the life come out of our voices a little bit with it, too. But looks as if, nope, they're going to call it a first down.
Yeah. No penalty, apparently. Not sure what
What's going on there? Maybe they just decided it wasn't.
I didn't see anything.
I didn't either, yeah.
And I mean, I think at this point it's not even worth it.
Yeah, it's first down. Let's see here. Bowen coming out.
Long behind him.
And there's Bowen. Got Max Tucker next
Preston
to him.
Reynolds.
Preston Reynolds, and just outside of him, just a bit forward of him. Before that would have been a touchdown. Great idea there by Bowen, just a bit ahead of Preston Reynolds there. Before he was a bit ahead of Preston, but Reynolds actually extended and caught that. Pretty similar pass to that one a little bit earlier in the game, but unfortunately didn't quite pan out there.
Looks like Preston nearly had it, just couldn't quite get there.
Right.
So 2nd and 10, 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. Lancers have it on the Eagles 35.
All right, and here's Ryan Bowen. And immediate give to Cole Long. Long trying to make something out of it, and does for the most part.
Yeah, no, nice run. Looked like he got a solid gain. Should put him about at 3rd and 5.
Yep. All right, here we go for East. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left here as they face 3rd down. And here we go.
Cole Long in the backfield next to Ryan Bowen.
Looks like you got Max Tucker up on the left side. And Bowen looking right. Caught there by Jerry Walker. Walker fighting for yards and taken down around the 24, 23-yard line there.
Looks
and
like
the Lancer offense is moving.
they're going to give him the first down.
Yep, all right.
5-yard game of play, another Lancer first down.
And we've got 1 minute and 59 seconds left in this game.
Ball is on the 25-yard line. So not too much more room to go.
All right, here's Bowen. Takes the snap. Give immediately to Cole Long. Long stop before he can really make anything out of it.
Eagles just got into the backfield really quickly.
Right, they had Max Tucker on that cut block, but just gave it to Long just a bit before Tucker could get there, and some defenders hopped in there. Max Tucker, obviously one of the hardest workers on the team. Doesn't get a ton of daylight usually, but I mean, definitely in there every once in a while and explosive when he's there. All right, here's Bolin. Takes the snap from the shotgun. Looking deep, fires, and just a bit ahead. They're going to throw a flag, though. So we'll see whether or not. Looks as if that might have been pass interference. You know, we'll see what they call it as.
That's what it looks.
Yep, pass interference on the defense is what they're going to call it.
So 15-yard gain, or most likely just half distance to the goal. So they'll probably put it at the 13-yard line here. Yep. So East now in really nice field positioning.
And thanks a lot for those of you who've stayed with us this entire game. It's definitely been a tough second half, but we appreciate you staying here and watching with us. And Cole Long making his way all the way up to around the 6 or 7 yard line there.
Yeah, really nice gain by Long, working his way up a very congested middle.
I mean, we might see East get a touchdown yet. All right, here's Bolin. Fires immediately to Jerry Walker. Walker gets it right inside the 2 yard line.
Very
but
nearly
will be stopped. It looks as if they're going to call timeout here. Yeah, they're going to call timeout for East. I mean, right now, I'm not sure exactly what you're calling timeout for, but I mean, could just potentially regroup, just kind of see exactly what you want to test out. If there are any plays that you kind of thought of using, but never really in a game situation presented itself around the goal line. I mean, now's the time.
Yeah.
Kind of just expand on that stuff. I mean, that's kind of what they have been doing. Nothing crazy, nothing out of the blue on this drive for the Lancers, but I don't know. Just a lot of somber vibes on the student section side, and I mean this East side. After a quick turnaround of a momentum shift in this game that happened around a couple minutes into the third quarter when Olathe North really started stopping East on offense.
Yeah, once East wasn't able to score, it was pretty much over for them.
All right, well, gives it over to Cole Long, stopped immediately, and they're not going to be able to punch it in with that. So we're going to see a second and goal here with 40 seconds left in this game.
So it'll be from the 4-yard line. Let's see what Bolin can do.
All right, he's in the shotgun. Fakes the give. Bolin going to take it in himself for the touchdown here. Rushing touchdown from Ryan Bolin there. Good eyes and taking it himself.
Yeah, good way to finish out the game.
Right.
You know, after a couple interceptions, that's got to feel good for Bolin.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, not a ton to say about it. Really just kind of Olathe North's defense really starting to come to play in the third quarter to really just kind of solidify this game's end. But good job of East right there to kind of put their last effort in there and get a touchdown the second half, which they haven't been able to do until then.
Yeah, no. Good job putting points on the board at least. So, you know, and on a slightly positive note.
Exactly.
And yeah, at least they were able to score the second half.
You know, I mean, I wish there was more to add than that. There really isn't. But we'll see what East can do on defense here. It'll be interesting. I'm sure it'll just be Olathe North kneeling it. I mean, that would be the
courteous move.
Right.
Sportsmanlike.
And I guess that would be the only drive that they didn't score on.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll
unless
see.
they just score on the kick return again.
We'll see.
Who knows?
I'm sure East is gonna squib or something like that.
Yeah, I would be very surprised if they didn't.
All right, well, they're lining up to. And here's the kick. Yep, short squib onside. Or not squib, but an onside. And picked up by Olathe North. That was number 81.
Yeah, no. Good decision by the Lancers there. You don't want to risk anything. Just get out of this game.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and there are definitely not a lot. There are a lot of learning points here if you're Shawnee Mission East. One of which is, I mean, what do you do when faced with an almost unstoppable offense, like virtually unstoppable? They haven't been able to stop them all game. And what do you really do in that case? How do you shift your defense? Is there a way to shift your defense? Because I don't know if they really used all those ways. Okay, well,
Wow.
there's Corey Lawson running with vigor.
Yeah, once again, we see how many different weapons this team has.
I know. Just coming out of the bench, there's just so many. And I'm really not sure how East was. I don't really think there was a way that they could.
No, I mean, after seeing this offense play, there's no way to stop them. There's Lawson again up the middle, another solid gain of a couple yards, and that should take us down. So that'll be the end of the game.
Yep, and that'll be it from us. Again, thank you so much for staying with us here in the second half and throughout the entire game. We really appreciate it. Make sure to stay tuned to for us on Twitter at Harvey Sports and at SME Harbinger. I'm on Instagram at SME Harbinger as well, and Facebook at The Harbinger, Shawnee Mission East Harbinger. Well, from us at The Harbinger, for myself, Ben Henschel, and my friend Ty Browning here, we want to thank you so much for joining us again. And again, stay tuned to social media and SMEHarbinger.net for when we'll be doing another broadcast. We appreciate it. Have a great night.
Hope you're enjoying the news program with Phoebe. I'd like to see your company's logo on the board. So